Hello, everybody! Sorry that I'm late. I woke up really late because I couldn't sleep last night. So then I was rushing this morning to try to set everything up. Hi, thieves! I should add everyone in the Discord because I don't know if anybody knows that this is happening. I haven't checked the Discord. I don't know if anybody else answered my question. I think Thieves might be the only one who knows the book club is happening. I'm gonna at everyone. Live now. Okay. Well, let's see if everybody else shows up. Oh! Sorry, my face was getting weird. Hi, Thieves! How's it going? It might just be me and you, I don't know. But I should have said something earlier. I missed last week's book club. Well, the week before that, I got really sick, and it was really horrible. I had a fever of 103 for like, well, I guess it makes sense to Thieves. Well, Saz just appeared. Hi, Saz. Michael, real. I'm real. 103, I had a fever 103 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. And then that like just messed up my whole life after that. And then the next week I was like, what's my cat doing? Why do my cats always get into stuff when I'm streaming? Well, anyways, I was like catching up on schoolwork and stuff, and I was like not sleeping at all, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the book club, and then I just didn't. I should have said something in the Discord, but I didn't because I'm a bad streamer. I'm gonna need a reminder of what happened though. I did the reading right after the last club and I haven't read since. Oh, I have to go get my book. I got my book. I also made Winnie stop playing with she was sitting on like my cats always dig things out of these shelves that I have that don't have any covering on them, and she was sitting on a paper bag. Okay. I have my book here, Harrow the Ninth. I don't remember what happened either. I listened to the audiobook, but I don't remember what happened. Hi, Genji! Okay, good. So we have more people here. I thought that nobody was gonna make it because I scheduled the stream so last minute last night. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing better now. I was really sick for like a week. And lately I get sick all the time, like I feel like every like 6 months, and I used to never get sick. But like now, like every 6 months I get like sick with like a fever, and that knocks me out for like 3 days. But I'm behind in reading, sorry. Oh, that's okay. Well, have you read Act 1 of Harrow the Ninth? Because I remember... Yeah, I don't know if you had read that one at the last book club meeting. Because maybe we could talk about Act 1 a little bit, too. Now my cat's drinking water. It's Arthur's birthday today. My cat Arthur. It's his 1 year. It's his birthday. It's been 1 year since he's born. Anyways. I've not been home. I'm sorry. That's okay. If you stick around, you'll get spoiled, but... I guess you're probably okay with that. Okay, so what happened first? So Mercy was Harrow wasn't Harrow learning about like killing planets and fighting the little beasts that appears, but it's like small. It's not like the big resurrection beasts that are trying to kill them. Isn't that what happens in this first part? I'm pretty sure that's what happens, except for we learn that Harrow is only half a lictor. Because Harrow's completed the task in a very short amount of time, but it's still not enough because she has hypothermia because she's not her. For some reason, Harrow is not a full lictor. Does anyone have any thoughts on that? Why is Harrow not a full lictor? Does anybody have any thoughts? I don't know. I guess it's just Thieves. It's just Thieves is the only one here who's read the book. I'm drink some water. Oh yeah, I remember now. I'm really liking how things are progressing. Yeah. The book is like picking up, and it's making you wonder, it's making you think lots of questions. Actually, I don't know if I finished the whole of Act 2 when I listened to the audiobook. I don't know if I did, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Maybe I didn't get that far in the audiobook. I mean, I've read this book before and listened to the audiobook before, but like at the most recent reading, because I was listening to it at work, I don't know if I read the whole thing. Man, I'm a failure. Even Maggie didn't finish. No, well, I finished the book before, so it's crazy I didn't finish, especially when this is such a short act, too. Well, I have to read it. I want to know what's gonna happen. Go read it right now. If you read it right now, by the time you're done, the stream will probably be over. So yeah, Harrow's only half a lictor. What's up with that? Or a diet lictor. Then what's this next chapter? Oh yes, we see some of the dynamic of Ianthe and Harrow. Ianthe calls Harrow Harry. She has a cute nickname for her. Lots of people ship them in this book. Was everybody shipping Harrow and Ianthe? I guess it's a little early. I guess they haven't interacted that. Well, they did kiss. They kissed in the first act. I'm saying all these things that are gonna really shock Genji because he's here getting spoiled. I mean, they didn't kiss because they wanted to. Sorry, I'm coughing. Ever since I've been sick, I'm better now, but I still have, a cough a little bit, and it's really annoying. Whenever I walk to school, the walking, the exertion, I guess, or maybe the wind, it causes me to get, a coughing fit, and then talking a lot sometimes causes me to cough. I don't really know why the cough won't go away. Yeah. So, this one aspect of Harrow and Ianthe's relationship that I always found very interesting was this line you see here: close the door and I'll call you Nona Gesmus, or Nona Ges. I don't know how you say Harrow's last name. But, there's sort of this aspect of, loss of, identity, or maybe, loss of culture, I suppose, in this book, where they're no longer Nona Gesmus and Tridentarius. They're no longer ninth and third. They're now first. And there's sort of aspects of their culture sort of not in their lives anymore. For example, Harrow. In Act 1, did they say this? Or I'm not spoiling, right? Because I think they said this in Act 1. But Harrow does not have her face paint in order to do her skeleton face makeup or anything, and she was very embarrassed about everybody seeing her bare face. That was in Act 1, right? And on top of that, we have this moment of them both getting a little bit of pleasure, I guess, from being called each other's original surnames from their houses. I just feel like that's an interesting aspect of this book. And as it says here, as God said, you might be the ninth saint, but you can never be ninth again, except when you close Ianthe's door. I just find that aspect of the relationship interesting. Oh yeah, I remember it was just a jawbone inspection. I haven't been able to use that to pick anyone up yet. Oh yeah, the kissing scene. How come that didn't work? I feel like that would work. You need to find somebody. I saw there was this girl on the bus the other day, and she had this little badge on her backpack, and I got really excited because I thought it was Gideon, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was gonna talk to her, but then I realized, I like looked closer, I was like, maybe my eyesight is bad, but it was not Gideon. It was like some elf boy or something. Like the character, I guess I thought it was Gideon because it had red hair and like a sword. But then I looked closer and I was like, no, this is definitely like a fantasy elf. It's not Gideon. Oh, I thought it was based on the planets. Wait, what? Oh, like the houses? Yeah, the houses are each their own planets. I don't know if that's what you were talking about. I was reading your comment and interpreting things. And like assuming things. But first and ninth. Yeah, they're all planets. But now, well, I guess you haven't read this book yet. Now Harrow and Ianthe aren't from their own planet anymore. Now they live with the Emperor. Gideon equals fantasy elf confirmed. I guess so. It was definitely some fantasy elf. Well, maybe I should have asked anyways, because, you know, after I saw that, I was curious who it was, because I didn't recognize the fantasy elf. A lot of times I recognize things on people's backpacks. So it's like, and like the art style, like you could kind of tell that this girl was like, you know, she's like in fandom spaces. So like probably if I talked to her about this, we probably would have had an interesting conversation, because I just think fandom stuff is interesting in general. But I didn't talk to her. I didn't talk to her. My neuroscience professor is definitely on Tumblr. I was like, I could be reblogging my neuroscience professor's posts, because in her slideshow she keeps putting Tumblr posts in them that she thinks are funny. I guess some professors are like that. But, anyways, what happened next in this book? Yes, so, they're talking about, Ianthe's arm. Ianthe's arm, that she doesn't like it. The arm that got cut off by Cytherea or Cytherea, however you say her name. Yeah. It basically, it doesn't work very well. I don't know. Like the new arm, Ianthe doesn't like it. She feels like it's bad. I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing a bad job explaining this. And we sort of get the first glimpse of like Augustine, or I guess his name is Augustine, technically according to the pronunciation guide. I was always pronouncing it Augustine, and I think the audiobook pronounces it Augustine too, but according to the back of the book it's Augustine. But we sort of see that the sort of first glimpse of his relationship with Ianthe, in that he's sort of like teaching her. Yeah. Then chapter 14. What happens in chapter 14? I don't even remember this. I don't even remember this. This is probably not a very fun stream to watch because I'm kind of like bumbling through this book. I'm very tired right now. I couldn't sleep at all. Well, I could have, but I was up all night writing. I was writing a book. Sorry, I'm moving stuff because it's on top of my mouse. It's a pack of Oreos that I was moving. I was writing a story for fun, so I stayed up way too late. I stayed up way too late when I had a stream in the morning. What would Tamsin know about the pronunciation of her own characters? You're pronouncing it right. Thank you. Yes, exactly. It's Augustine. It's not Augustine. Well, she's from like New Zealand. The third book has a lot of New Zealand isms that I was surprised by, but I feel like this book doesn't have them yet. But the third book, I was like looking things up and finding out that, like, I guess Genji might know some of the terms because New Zealand and Australia are really close. What was it? There was one really funny word for shoes in the third book. Well, I guess we'll get there when we get there, but I was trying to remember what it was because I wanted to see if Genji knew it. I don't remember. Anyways, what happens in this chapter? Chapter 14. Harrow has a conversation with the Emperor. They're basically the same country. I would know. I've never been there. Is that true or is that really offensive? Is Genji gonna be like, no, we're completely different? Or are they true? Are they actually very similar? I don't really know anything about them. Well, I guess I know things about Australia from my chat. I know about macas. That's a funny thing to know about Australia. Yeah, I know Australia. I know all about macas. And New Zealand, I only know the stuff from these books. For shoes, yeah, it was like a type of shoe, like maybe like a flip-flop or something. We are like bros, but also sporting rivals. Oh, I see. Everything wants to kill you there. Yeah, I feel like everything wants to kill you there, but I feel like the Australians are like they're like in denial, because like whenever I say that, them and the Australians in the chat are always like, no, it's not that scary. Dogs. No, it's like a different word. It was like I don't remember what it was. I feel like it had the word Japan. No, that doesn't make sense. I feel like it was like, I looked it up and it was like two words mixed together and like it came from like the Japanese flip-flops or something. It was like, maybe it was like jandals or something. Like sandals with a J because of Japan. No, I don't think that was, I don't remember. I don't remember. I only know about the kiwi bird for New Zealand. Oh yeah, the kiwi bird. I know about that too. That is not that bad. Huh? The Japandals. I don't think that's what it was. Should I grab the third book and see if I can find it in there? I feel like it was close to the beginning. Japandals. I don't think that was it. Should I Google it? Sorry. New Zealand sandals from Japan. Jandals. Oh, they are called jandals. 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 Why do they call them jandals? The name jandal combines the words Japanese and sandal. There are jandals. I was right, I guess. Yeah, I saw that word in the third book and I was like, what the hell is that? And I looked it up and I was surprised. I learned. So I guess they don't say jandals in Australia, they just say it in New Zealand. Well, anyways. Oh yeah, we hear about BOE, B-O-E, the group that's against the Emperor. Any thoughts on that so far? Have they said what it stands for yet? I don't think they did. Wow, I got it exactly right. I just made a typo. Yeah, you almost got the exactly right. I've never heard of it. I guess it's just New Zealand. It has the jandals. Also, I feel like we see a little bit, and I feel like in the conversation with Anthe, didn't they mention this? I don't remember for 100% sure, but we see a little bit that Harrow seems to be the Emperor's favorite lictor or something. She seems to be like a fan. She's a fan favorite. I don't know if that's the term. She's just like she's God's bravest soldier. I don't know. Like the Emperor just likes her. It seems as though. Didn't Anthe say something about that? Like she seemed to be kind of jealous, or am I hallucinating? Did I forget that? I feel like that happened. God's her biggest simp. Imagine God simping for you. That's a lot of power. It's good that she has God simping for her when she's only half a lictor and she can't do the things, you know? Oh my gosh, I think that we got to... I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting excited, but we got to the part with, the Saint of Duty, correct? I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll get there when I scroll through this book. I'll get there when I get there, but I believe that we got to that whole plot line, which I'm excited about in this act. But anyways, oh yeah, Blood of Eden, they said. Blood of Eden. The group that hates the Emperor. I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on that so far. Wait, what? Oh yeah, she told him that she is the product of her parents' genocide. I forgot that she told him that. Anybody have any thoughts on that? I just keep reading. I really am just bumbling through this book. Like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then like asking people if they have any thoughts. I guess that's usually how these streams go though, huh? I don't really have much to say when things are progressing, but when the climax happens, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm just sort of bumbling through the book. Bumbling. That's the word of the day. Bumbling. Oh, I always really liked this chapter, chapter 15. It's very, very short. It's Harrow talking to the body that she hallucinates, the corpse. Harrow talking to the corpse of the locked tomb whom she hallucinates. I just always like this part. It's because it's a little. It's very introspective. It reminds me of the fan fiction that I like to read. So I like to read character study fan fiction. Harrow always lying in bed talking to the body that she hallucinates, saying what she's afraid of. I'm afraid of myself. I'm afraid of going mad. I'm still afraid of Cytherea the first. I guess it's Cytherea. I don't know. And then we get the whole thing of Harrow asking the body, do I have Ortis's eyes? Are these ones mine? I never really looked at them. Beloved, what were my eyes like? And then the body says, she asked me not to tell you. That's a little interesting. I forgot about this part, but it made me laugh a lot towards the end. Anthe was over familiar and frankly a pervert. That's funny. Anthe's a pervert. Yeah, I like Harrow a lot. Her inner thoughts are interesting to read. I like the writing style and how it's a lot different than the first book. I really like that too. I like that, like, you can feel the switch in, like, narrator from the first and second book. Like, I feel like the author is really good at, like, writing different characters because, like, the tone and everything is, like, completely different, and it really feels like you're in a completely different person's head, I feel like. Anthe just thanked me for real, for real. Anthe is me. I think I already told you guys about this. But when I first read these books, I took a personality test and it told me I was Anthe. And then I was quite shocked when she started eating off pieces of Naberius in the first book. And then she ate him for real. So I guess... Sorry. I guess the part where she, like, eats him and she, like, eats his hair and stuff and his nails... That's almost like foreshadowing that she's gonna eat him for real later on, isn't it? Yeah, so this chapter's really short, but I always just really liked it. It's very, introspective. But don't you eat pieces of Amiko? Eh? What? I'm eating Amiko? I eat her hair. It tastes like cotton candy. I don't know. Chapter 16. Oh, this one's... I always like chapter 16 because you get to learn a little bit more about the lictors. I just like to learn about them. I just like them. I just find them interesting. So, Anthe, unworthy of trust, suspects me mad. But we already know Anthe a bit. Oh yeah, they're, Cytherea. Wait, what? Oh, she's hallucinating stuff or hearing stuff from Cytherea's room? I forgot about this. She asks Anthe about it. Do you perceive any sound from within the mortuary chapel? She said, do you try to sound as pretentious as possible? Or does it just sort of happen naturally? Portentous. Okay. Anyways. there's a little part with Anthe. And then we learn about a bit about Augustine. Not Augustine. Any thoughts on Augustine so far? Or also thoughts about Mercy? I know we already talked a little bit about Mercy before, but any new thoughts on her? We see Augustine and Mercy's relationship, which I'm going to be honest, you guys, I really ship them a lot. I really ship Augustine, assuming he's Augustine. I really ship Augustine and Mercy Morn a lot. Maybe people might think that that's inappropriate considering the conversation they have where he basically threatens to kill her. But I just think that's romantic. Portentous or pretentious? It's spelled the first way, but with context clues, I feel like it could mean the same thing. Maybe portentous. Is that like a New Zealand spelling of pretentious? I don't even know. I love that line. It's like, why did you not just ask, did you hear that? Yeah. I think it's funny, Harrow getting called out on talking like that. I don't really care about shipping much, but I like the world building and story. Yeah. That's what everybody said about the first book, too. I'm the lone shipper at our book club. Augustine, I always imagine him talking in like a transatlantic accent. He always like he seems like he's like in like a theater group to me. Like he always like seems like he's like in Anything Goes or something. In olden days a glimpse of stalking was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. I feel like that's Augustine. In my mind at least. And we find out that his cavalier who he killed to become lictor was his brother, who Harrow at first thinks they were married. You and your cavalier were wedded? And Augustine says, bless you, sis, he was my brother. Bless you, sis. See, that sounds very, like, transatlantic to me. I just hear everything he says in a transatlantic accent. It kind of means the same thing. Portentous is, like, being pompous. Oh. See, I see words I don't know, but then I usually don't end up looking them up unless I'm really confused. But now I actually know. So yeah, we sort of see, and I think we even see a little bit, I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think as I go through, I feel like we also, heard, sorry, we also heard, Mercy's cavalier's name. Her cavalier was Christabel. So, Alfred, Augustine's brother, Alfred, and Christabel, Mercy's cavalier. Those are like the two of like the dead cavaliers that I feel like you need to remember the most. Also, well, I guess the Saint of Duty, Ordis the First. Not to be confused with the other Ordis. That's why I'm always gonna call him the Saint of Duty, because I feel like it makes it more clear what I'm talking about. His cavalier also would be good to remember, but I don't know if his cavalier's name has come up yet. I can't remember. If someone's way of speaking, writing, or behaving is portentous, they speak, write, or behave more seriously than necessary because they want to impress other people. Oh! I see. I'm learning new things. So we see poor relationship with Mercy Morn, and Augustine and Mercy Morn have a conversation that is quite confusing to a first-time reader. Sorry, I'm coughing in the middle of laughing. He accuses her of moving around Kitharea's body, which is interesting, because Harrow has been hearing sounds from Kitharea's tomb, so what's up with that? But she says that she hasn't even touched her, so who knows what's happening there. And also Augustine basically says that God doesn't care about her. That if he killed her, God would not give a shit and would be like, I understand why you did it. You have rendered yourself unlovable, Mercy. It's a very interesting conversation. It's very, I dare say, I ship it, but I can understand why most people reading this probably would not feel that way. Well, I don't think I shipped them at this point. I think I started shipping them later on. I like how they bicker so much. If you hear that noise, it's my cat in the litter box. It's my cat's birthday. I think I already said that. It's Arthur's birthday. I'm just excited that it's Arthur's birthday. He's a year old. Also, this is something I just saw just now that I didn't pick up on the first time, but his clicky clackety boot steps. Now I'm imagining him wearing like a pair of like cunty high heels. Oh, I shouldn't have said that word. Is that word bad? I mean, I feel like that word is not seen as like bad in like a lot of online spaces because it like means like slay, like it means like wow. Well, he's not actually wearing high heels. I just thought it'd be funny to say that because it said clicky clacky, and then I said a word that's probably you're not supposed to say. Well, people say it, they mean like slay though. They mean like slay, like it's a compliment. In the context I use it as a compliment. Imagine God hating you so much. He doesn't care if you get bipped. Sorry, I'm coughing. I've never heard the word bipped. That's so sad, especially when you're one of God's. You literally fight for God and spend your life fighting for God, and He doesn't even give a shit. You're God's bravest warrior, Ben. One of God's bravest warriors. It's fine. It just means slay. Well, of course you think that because you're Australian. It means slay and like. Well, I mean, in Australia they don't use that word as hardcore. In Australia, the C word isn't seen as bad, but I don't know if you guys know that it means slay. In Australia, I guess it means slay in like drag queen communities, and has that terminology has like moved towards like fashion communities. Like I feel like if you like fashion, people will say like, oh, that's like the C word. But I don't think to most normal people I was just using it to mean slay. Sorry. I didn't get any sleep last night, and I was messaging my Regulus friend, and we were talking about what Love Live songs were the C word, slay. So I think that's why that word was in my head. We were like, Cutie Panther, that's such a C word song, like slay. Like slay, diva. I don't know. I feel like I'm going crazy saying slay over and over. Anyways. Yeah, we just called Arthur the C word. Oh, I meant Augustine. Because it says he has clickety clackety boot steps. Sounded down the corridor. Okay, let's just forget I said any of this. I feel like I'm going off on a weird tangent and my brain's getting all topsy-turvy. Anyways, the next thing we learn about Augustine is that he favors Ianthe. Although he does kind of sound mad at her, saying, I've seen you do this perfectly, so why must you persist in doing it poorly? He's, like, crashing out on her. I need to stop using, like, Zoomer terminology this stream. Slay. Crashing out. How come when I read my book, my head, like, goes, like, this way? Well, anyways. Some nice boy spent his life learning that sword for you. They're calling Nibirius a nice boy. Augustine called Nibirius a nice boy. That's the funny thing, is that, like, these old lictors, they're, like, they're assuming a certain sort of relationship is happening with these new lictors, cavaliers, that is not necessarily happening. Like, I don't think Ianthe gives much of a shit about Nibirius. Like, there's, like, an assumption that, like, Ianthe was quite sad about his death, and, like, he gave his life for her, But no, Anthony just like backstabbed him and did not give a shit. Maggie Zoomer. I thought you were Gen Beta. Gen Beta? I feel, have we talked about this before? Are those the layer below Gen Alpha? That's the saddest thing to be called. Imagine your entire generation being betas. That's so sad. Do you think that Gen, like the younger Gen Alpha who like are going to school with older Gen Beta are gonna like bully them? Like, you guys are just a bunch of betas. Okay, that's probably not gonna happen, but you guys are a beta generation. Gen Sigma is going to go wild though. What letter is Sigma? Is that the letter C? Is that the one that comes next? Or is that the letter S or something? Because then we're not going to be around to see Generation Sigma. S? Is Sigma even really a letter in the alphabet? The Greek alphabet? Sorry, I drank water. It's S. Oh, we're never gonna meet Gen Sigma. Damn it. Oh, sorry. Darn it. What the hell is the letter C? How come the Sigma male is so far down as is an S? Is it just because it was the next Greek letter that sounded cool? Or does the Greek alphabet go in a different order? Well, I don't know. I'm talking about things that don't even matter now. I'm just like going on a tangent. It's the E looking one. Oh, it looks like an E. Wow. I didn't even know that. Well, I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. Like, I can imagine what it looks like in my head. But I didn't know that that one was the Sigma. Oh, yeah, and Augustine does not like Harrow very much, it seems as though, or doesn't really give a shit about her. He says, if Ianthe's opinion isn't worth a fart in a hurricane, try to imagine how much less I value yours. Doesn't give a shit about Harrow. Wow, my cat is going around. I started reading that sentence and I forgot he said a fart in a hurricane. I can't believe I said that out loud. I forgot he said that. I was just reading that sentence and I started reading it before I realized what he said. Yeah, and Harrow, like, she needs some respect because she's, like, literally a princess. Well, not she's, like, a princess of necromancy. She's, like, a skeleton princess. Why is she being hated on? No C, it goes from beta to gamma. Well, I don't know the Greek alphabet at all. Why are my cats digging through plastic bags again? Somebody says, you are Anastasia, come again. To Harrow. I feel like all these mentions of these other characters are very confusing to a first-time reader. Like, I read this whole book, I did not understand who Anastasia was. The fandom has figured it out. She's like, she's like one of the old people in the old times who were related to the 9th house. But, I feel like reading this book you would be confused. Like, who the fuck is that? Sorry, I keep swearing. There's a chi, but it's near the end, really. Yeah, they need to recognize the real queen. Yeah, exactly. I'm stuck on this page for so long. I need to move forward. Oh yeah, Ianthe's like, cigarettes on a space station? What a power play. She's gonna start smoking. Because she thinks Augustine looks so cool smoking. On a... on a space station. And yeah. Anyways, so let's just okay. I don't know if anybody has anything else to say about Augustine, but I've just spent way too long on the chapter talking about him, so let's just go to the next part. The next chapter is sort of learning about Mercy. Sorry. Can't believe Maggie would hecking swear. Gosh darn it all. I'm so sorry. There's definitely a lot of names to keep track of. Yeah, there's a lot of names, and it's hard to keep track of a lot of them because a lot of them are people who are dead, and it's like, who the hell are you? It's hard to remember a name if somebody is dead. Okay, Mercy. Poor relationship with Augustine, yes. Contentious cavalier. Oh yeah, she's like, don't you ever mention Christabel's name to me. She says that to Harrow. And the funny thing is that the Emperor is like, don't say Christabel's name to Augustine, but saying it to Mercy made her crash out. God was like, Mercy will be the first to tell you that Christabel Oct was a delight. Maybe don't mention her name to Augustine, though. But then she mentions her name to Mercy. Mercy's like, don't you ever mention her name to me. And Augustine's just like, oh, yeah, she was a delight. But also, like, says that she was stupid. Did not have the intellect you'd ordinarily find in a sandwich or an orange. Oh yeah, and we also see a little bit about how Mercy has like very good powers of anatomy. That's important. Remember that Mercy is good with anatomy. But I feel like that's easy to remember because I feel like she's always doing things related to that. Like, you usually can't really see things about Elector's body, but she can do things with Elector's body. Sounds like some of my coworkers. Does not have the intellect you'd ordinarily find in a sandwich or an orange. And then finally, Ortis, the Saint of Duty, wants me dead. See, that's the part that's interesting. But then we get to a chapter. The next chapter is wait, what? I forgot about this. The next chapter is a flashback. It's a flashback of from the time in Canaan House, except with Ortis there instead of the version we knew in the first book that had Gideon there. But what? Judith is dead because the sleeper. I don't think we talked about the sleeper. See, this is something that I really enjoy about this this like new version of like I don't really like the chapters where that goes into like this alternate backstory as much, but one aspect I do like is the creepiness of the character of the sleeper. You know, everything's the same kind of, but who is this? The sleeper. Don't wake the sleeper. The sleeper is wearing an orange. I don't know if they said that. The sleeper's like wearing like a. I don't know. What's the sleeper? Did they say what the sleeper's wearing? Well, I don't know if I'm spoiling things. I feel like they said it. I don't know. Oh, right here. Orange hazard suit. Somebody in an orange hazard suit with a gun. Shooting people. Killing them. And then going back to sleep. Isn't that creepy? Especially in this universe. Like, I feel like imagining someone in an orange hazmat suit shooting people with a gun. Like, that's, like, it feels like it's not of this world. It feels like it doesn't belong here. And it also, like, the fact that it wasn't in the first book also adds the aspect of it doesn't belong here. It's wrong. There's something wrong about this picture. And it's very creepy, and I enjoy it quite a bit. And, yeah, so basically the second necromancer, my tummy's grumbling, is dead. She was shot. Wait, did they say she has a gun? Oh wait, no, they did. At first I thought I was spoiling things. Sorry. Oh, she's good at anatomy with that emoji. There's a lot of fan fiction about Mercy using her powers in certain ways. That's all I'll say. And then on top of that, it looks as though the sleeper is lying on top of a two-handed sword. Two-handed sword. I don't know where I've seen that before, but that's a little bit interesting. And then the next chapter is the chapter that I was most excited to talk about. The Saint of Duty tries to kill Harrow out of nowhere. The first time the Saint of Duty tried to take your life, you did not anticipate it. The first time, so we know there's going to be more times. Oh, we've gotten to the good part. Yeah. Sorry, I spent forever just like reading these other chapters. It's been an hour. We're an hour into the stream. And I've just like been bumbling slowly through these other chapters that aren't like the good part. So it's like, why is this happening? Well, actually, it's quite interesting. I mean, it's really funny to me, actually, the part where Mercy shows up. The way that she sort of acts like she's caught, like, a child misbehaving and not people trying to kill each other. Like, she's more upset that the Emperor is gonna be mad than anything else. It's not fair of you to try to bump them off when we'd get in trouble for it. They can die well enough on their own, you toad. This one's all of 12 years old. She's like, why are you killing Harrow? Harrow's gonna die in like a month or two anyways. She's basically saying. Shaking my head. You guys trying to kill each other again? What am I gonna do with you? Yeah, that's kind of like what it's like. And then when we see what seems to perhaps be his motive, he says, "I want that sword." What? Give me her damn sword, said Orders the First. You've got a whole complement of oversized weapons, greedy. He already has a ton of swords. But he wants the sword. What's up with the sword, you know? It makes you wonder, like, what's up with that sword? Is that the reason why he's killing her? He's trying to kill her? And then I like that Harrow, even though Harrow hates the sword, the sword seems to be tormenting her. telepathically or something. I don't know. You know, in the first act, there was a lot of talk about how much she hates that sword, but she's like, no, it's mine. Even though she's like dead, she's like dying, she's wobbling weakly. It says, she still says, no, you can't have my sword. The Emperor, he's probably scary. They're scared. They're scared to kill her because of him. Yeah, so any thoughts on that? Oh yeah, and then also we have at the very end, but why does Ortis the First want me dead? Who? Said Mercyborn indifferently. Who? 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 What does she mean by that? You know, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions coming up in this book. So that's probably like the highlight of this act is Ortis the First trying to kill Harrow. I don't know if I have anything to say about it. I just like this part. Well, it's action. It's kind of funny when Mercy shows up. At least I find it funny. And it's mysterious. It brings up a lot of mystery. It's important to set boundaries. I don't remember what you're referring to. Set boundaries? I forget who is setting boundaries. And then I think the next chapter, is this the last chapter in the act? Oh no, I think there's 2 chapters. Oh yeah, in the following months of Santa Duty attempted to kill you, by your count, 14 times. And you never came to understand the motivation. Often you were saved only by intervention. Sometimes this came from one of the other 2 lictors. Once vilely from Ianthe. She had ensconced you in fat and rolled you down the hallway out of danger. Oh my goodness. And laughed whenever she thought about it. And even God, even the Emperor has saved her. And he still tries to kill her even after the Emperor tries to save, even if the Emperor saves her. And he's just like, I need you to face him, knowing your life is in danger. Like, why can't you control him? Like, he's your lictor, dude. Because she was like, no, you can't have my sword. Yeah. I thought this might be what you were talking about. I just like her standing up for herself and keeping the sword that she hates. He an actual god? Well, he's always called God. The Emperor's called God a lot. But also, he did, like, do the resurrection. He did, I don't think so far we really know about the resurrection for me to talk that much about it, but we know that he resurrected the humans at some point and created the new universe, and so he basically is a god. Oh, they talk about the body in the tomb. I forgot they talk about this because I don't think I got to this part in my reread. And Harrow, who is always hallucinating the dead body that she's in love with from the tomb, is like, God, who did you bury in the tomb? And he says, I buried a monster. And that makes you wonder. You know, I mean, I guess we already kind of knew that. we kind of knew that the girl in the tomb was sort of some sort of apocalyptic being. However, it's just interesting seeing the sort of like contrast of Harrow's like hallucinations of the body, in which like at the end of this chapter, you know, she's like hugging the body while she sleeps and stuff in her mind that she hallucinates. But, like, there's that contrast of that, but then also, knowing that the body is probably evil. Probably some sort of evil monster creature person. It's just an interesting contrast. I don't know if anybody else finds it interesting. Oh, and then here we go. Here we go, guys. Is anybody familiar with the poem by Edgar Allan Poe? For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. They call her A.L. the body. I think we've seen that already, so I don't think that's a spoiler. It's short for Annabel Lee. Is everybody familiar with this poem? I mostly know it from the novel Lolita. I've read it before, but I believe it's about a girl encased in a tomb. It was many and many a year ago in a kingdom by the sea that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee, and this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in a kingdom by the sea. So I don't really know this word, but she's being shut away. So, yeah, the angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea could ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. So she's in a tomb. They have the word tomb. And this poem sort of, it sort of implies a romantic past between God and the body, perhaps. Or at least that he had romantic feelings towards her. We don't really know for sure, but he is, naming her after a romantic poem about a girl who the narrator loved being locked in a tomb and dying. So... yeah, I feel like that just, it sort of gives maybe some ideas of what their relationship might have been like, or what God's feelings might be towards the girl in the tomb who he now calls a monster, you know? Or am I off base? I wasn't familiar with that one. What novel? Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, the very famous book. I've read that book. I really like Lolita a lot. I feel like people who haven't read it might hear that as think it's disturbing, but it's not like. Well, actually, I reread it recently, and I was really surprised by it that there are people who think of it as a love story because of the fact that I don't know if anybody here has read Lolita, so maybe I shouldn't spoil the plot line of Lolita. Well, it's, you know, a novel about a creepy old man and a young girl. But she never seems to like him, ever. Especially after the big, I don't want to spoil the book. Is it okay to spoil, like, a classic novel? She never seems to like him after, like, the big thing happens. So I was, like, really confused about... Anyways, I'm going on a tangent about Lolita now. Just because I reread it recently, and I was... Well, anyways, I like Lolita a lot because of the beautiful prose, but that book references the Annabelle Lee poem a lot, and that's the first time I ever came across the Annabelle Lee poem was in Lolita, basically. I don't know, I kind of went on a tangent there about Lolita. But it's got very beautiful prose. That's what I like about the book. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I don't think it's like a beautiful love story or anything, okay? But I feel like I don't really have to defend liking Lolita because it's a classic novel. So anyways, that was just a tangent. Gives the same vibes as The Raven. Yeah, it's by Edgar Allan Poe. I like how his poems are so gothic. I love gothic stuff. Gothic. I'm saying gothic with F's, like Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven, Way. That was a cool poem. I like it too. I don't know if it was weird for me to read the whole thing, but I figured it was kind of short. And she's locked in a tomb. Anyways. You are Gothic. I'm Gothic? Is that like gothic but like as a goo girl, like as a slime girl? Like goth slime girl is Gothic. I've been meaning to read this book, Murder at Rue Morgue. Is that by Nabokov? I don't even know that one. Oh, it's by Edgar Allan Poe. Oh. The first modern detective story. That's fun. I never heard about this one. We've read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe, Edgar Allan Poe in school, but I don't feel like I ever heard about that one. But oh my gosh, Edgar Allan Poe is like a favorite of like all the teachers, I guess, because thinking about it, I've read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe because of school. Like, The Telltale Heart. I like the one where they put the Cask of Amontillado. I think about that story all the time. I always think about that story all the time. He's a good writer, yeah. Then we have another chapter in Act 2. There's 2 more chapters. Okay, then we have another Canaan House chapter. To be honest, I kind of check out a lot in the Canaan House chapters because I'm not that interested. Because I'm like... Yeah, but anyways, it's raining. It's raining and it's leaking into the building and it's becoming, it's a very different atmosphere. In the first book, Canaan House, it seemed like mysterious. It seemed like Hogwarts. It seemed like the first book, Canaan House, like feels like like it's like run down a little bit, but it feels like kind of comfy, at least to me, and like full of mystery, and it's exciting to explore it. But now in this book, Canaan House is leaking, and it's becoming like bitterly cold in the house, and the rain stank like engine lubricant and blood, and it tasted indescribable. So I feel like we're getting a very different sort of idea of Canaan House here. Canaan House being the palace from the first book. I don't know if when we read the first book if I ever said the name of the house very much. But yeah, Canaan House. Which I think Canaan House, I think that's terminology from the Bible. Canaan refers to a historical region in the Levant, and in the Hebrew Bible, a son of Ham, sorry, and grandson of Noah, who is considered the ancestor of the Canaanites. Oh, it was a civilization. Well, I'm not going to read the whole Wikipedia page for Canaan, but I assume maybe it has something to do with the house. Sorry. I feel like I've read something on Tumblr about like the connections, but I don't know. Maybe I'll find the post for next time. Not sure if I've read his books. I feel like we were reading Edgar Allan Poe all the time in school. And SpongeBob has an episode. There's a SpongeBob episode that's the Telltale Heart. The episode where Mr. Krabs eats the boots. That's like a modern retelling of the Telltale Heart, like a SpongeBob version of the Telltale Heart. Does anybody know that episode? That's kind of fun. Anyways. And then we find Camilla and Palamedes are dead. What the hell? Our favorites. I don't know if they're your favorites. I feel like, you know, they're kind of like the main ones almost. Like, they're the ones that became the closest friends with Harrow and Gideon at the end of the first book and helped in the battle. So they're fan favorites, you know. But they're dead in this version of Canaan House. Isn't that interesting? And we meet the real Dulcinea instead of, you know, the old Dulcinea, which was Kitharea. She doesn't leave that much of an impression on me. But she does have, like, a device to help her survive that was created by Palamedes. I'm always calling Palamedes and Camilla Cam and Pal. I don't know if they ever call them that in the books. That's just who they are in my head. They're just Cam and Pal. Never really watched SpongeBob. What? You need to go watch SpongeBob right now. Sorry. You don't need to, but... Is SpongeBob not popular in Australia? I think we read Cask of Amontillado in 9th grade. It was messed up, but really good. I really like that one. I always think about it all the time because I always feel so bad for that guy. Because he locks that guy. He locks like he entombs that guy in his basement. And like he's like, this guy fucking sucks. This guy, he's the worst. But then we never learn about like what he did. So it's like we don't even know if like this guy did anything actually bad or if he's just like annoying. Cam and Pal sound like they're in a sitcom. They do, don't they? Cam and Pal. That sound like a sitcom names. I read a fan fiction that was like a sitcom, basically, about Cam and Pal and Gideon and Harrow being roommates. But I didn't like it that much. But it was basically a sitcom. I've read a lot of fan fiction of these books. I don't know, I was never really a fan. Give me Recess and Hercules, Kim Possible, Powerpuff Girls. I watched all of those cartoons except for... I don't think I watched the Hercules cartoon. I mean, I watched the movie. But I think that they did make like a TV cartoon of it, and I don't think I watched that. But Kim Possible was like my #1 favorite as a kid. I always shipped her and Ron. Like, that was my first experience with shipping Kim Possible and Ron. Ron Stoppable. I always thought Ron Stoppable was so cute. I had such a crush on him when I was a kid because he was so kawaii. And, like, I don't remember anything about him now. I haven't seen Kim Possible in so long. But I remember thinking he was so kawaii. This is so weird to call him kawaii. Kim Possible just goes to show guys don't care if the protagonist is male, they just need to be the coolest. Yeah, she was cool. And Shigo was hot. I was gonna say that too. That's the green girl, right? She was also... I remember her too. I remember kind of shipping... Like, I didn't really understand, like, gayness. But, like, I feel like I like, kind of felt like a tension between her and Kim Possible as a kid that I didn't fully understand. But now I understand. Now I understand that Kim, Ron, and Shigo were all in a 3-way relationship. No, I don't know. I don't remember that show very well at all, so I don't even remember what the dynamic was at all. But I really loved that show as a kid. They made a live-action Kim Possible? I feel like maybe I heard about that, but I barely remember. Man, when they did the reverse world thing, and Ron was the best supervillain ever. Such good stuff. I don't remember that at all. Should I watch Kim Possible? Maybe I should watch Kim Possible again. Maybe I would ship Kim and Ron again still. Well, anyways, here, we're almost done with Act 2. And we get another little note. Him I'll kill quick because she asked me to, and because that much he honestly deserves, but you two mummified wizard shit. I will burn and burn and burn and burn until there is no trace of you left in the shadow of my long-lost natal son. What the hell does that even mean? I've read this whole book and I'm like, what the frick are you even talking about? The person writing these notes is... Well, they're crashing out. I keep saying crashing out all the time now. You guys are probably so sick of the Zoomer dialogue. Yeah. And we find out that Ordis knew that his dad killed himself because of Harrow's parents. And we get kind of like, Ordis is like, he's like, I'm snapping. He's like, slay. I don't know. I keep saying slay today. But he like kind of like calls out Harrow. Harrow, he said curtly, you are not the only person who can add up 2 and 2 and arrive at 4. Harrow's my favorite, but I also kind of like it when she gets put in her place a little bit. Like also earlier when Anthony calls her portentous. We are learning the new lingo. I didn't quite understand what crashing out meant until your stream, so thank you for expanding my vocabulary. I didn't know what it meant until my well, the reason I use all the Zoomer talk now is because I have my Regulus friend who always says these things, and I learn about it from them. There was like, I didn't know what crashing out meant, and I didn't know what standing on business meant. I thought that it meant like the opposite of what it means. Standing on business means like standing your ground, I think. But I thought that it meant like getting in the way of a business opportunity or something. Like, I thought it meant like you were like causing customers to leave an establishment. I don't know what, I was confused. But you guys might not even know what have never even heard standing on business. For me, it's the acronyms. Like, what acronym? Like IG and a few others. Wait, I don't know that. Is IG Instagram or is it like, I guess? IG is not Insta? Does it mean I guess? I don't know this one. I've never heard IG. It's I guess. Oh. I just guessed that. Guess. I figured I guess IG means I guess. Sorry. Then we only have one more chapter. We only have one more chapter in Act 2. I'm going through this so slowly. It's been an hour and a half. I'm so sorry, everybody. Is everybody so annoyed? What happens in this? I don't remember this. Oh! She sees Kitharia in the middle of the night. The nightmarish blueness. Kitharia looked at you, turned towards you, and began to walk. That shuffling, disconcerting, slithering walk. The body flung its arms before it for movement, the legs stiff-thighed and lock-kneed. Right side arm moving in time with the right side leg, ridiculous, appalling. Those fixed dead fingers caught a skeletal arm wrapped in gold foil, amethyst-studded like so many eyes between the knuckle bones, and it clattered to the ground, and Kitharia tripped over it, without the head losing its tracking focus on you. Those unblinking eyes adhered to yours, and the body splayed and jutted on the ground. Then the corpse began moving inchworm fashion, pushed forward by the action of the legs, the forearms banging on the tiles, thrusting the blessed bones of some fallen faithful out of the way as though unnoticed. It was as though a magnet were stuck in the meat, a magnet that craved some polar force within you. That is like body horror to me. Like, well, I don't know if it's body horror, but it's horror. I remember that part and being like, oh my gosh, like the image of like her like eyes locked on Harrow, like moving like an inchworm. I guess it's a little bit funny, but it's also creepy. I guess it could be funny in your head, but in my head it was creepy when I read it the first time. And then Harrow could not sleep. She got back to her room and locked the door, and eventually she goes to Ianthe and says Septimus is walking. And this is funny because Kitharia's last name is not Septimus, that's Dulcinea's last name. Ianthe's the only person that she could have said Septimus to who would have known who she was talking about. Ianthe is not going to help Harrow. After long seconds, recognition flashed in those adulterated blue eyes. You saw understanding replace the grouchy morning crossness. You saw it fade before an overwhelming boredom, and you knew Ianthe would not help you. Tell her I want my arm back, she said, and slammed the door in your face. And that's the end of Act 2. We finally got through it, you guys. You guys are all just talking about Zoomer acronyms, I think. I've seen some people use ETA instead of edit, and I'm like, that already has a meaning, and you're only saving one keystroke. ETA is edit, not estimated time of arrival. Maybe I mixed up the exact letters, but it's something along those lines. ETA edited to add. But like you said, it always made estimated time of arrival. Sorry, I was reading you guys' comments. I was reading you guys' comments, if that's what you're confused about. I've seen both edit to add and estimated time of arrival. I've seen both of those. Why don't they just write edit? And like just write edits. Like, what's the point of writing edit to add? Like, we get that you're adding it. Just write edit. Anyways, does anybody have any other thoughts? Well, I guess it's only Thieves. Thieves is the only person here who read it. Thieves, do you have any more thoughts on Act 2? Let me look at how long Act 3 is. Sorry, I got distracted, but the end of the act was really interesting, and I'm excited to continue. I'm excited too. I feel like we're just getting so many questions, you know? Yeah. What does edited to add even mean? Like, you edited the post to add something new. Like, you already posted something and you're editing it. Other thoughts? Sorry, Maggie, I don't think it's against my beliefs. Saz. Shaking my head. Oh, Saz. That's exactly something you would say. I think the series gets better as it goes. I think so too. I feel like this book, I think the first book is, the first time I read the first book, it was way more fun than the second book, because the second book just made me feel kind of sad and depressed. But reading this, like, with a group of people makes it a lot more fun for me. Also, I guess because I've already read it before, but... Okay, so Act 3. Act 3 is from page 213 to page 294, so it's about 100 pages. Well, less than 100 pages. So it's not that long. So... Well, could we do the next meeting 2 weeks from now? Should I give another week for Genji to catch up or what? I don't even know. The first couple acts of book 1 were a bit shaky for me. I might not have finished it if it weren't for the book club, but I'm glad I've stuck it out. Yay. I'm glad that through forcing my chat I'm glad that I forced my chat to read my favorite books. Yes, please, but I'm at home for a few weeks at least. Oh, so should we do like 3 weeks for the meeting for Genji to catch up? Like, we meet on April 20th, 420? We're gonna blaze it? No, I'm not gonna blaze it. I wonder if Iris is caught up. Oh, I don't know if... I feel bad because I missed the last stream. I feel like I betrayed everybody. Did Iris say in the Discord? Oh, I think Thieves is the only person who said in the Discord. I have finished Act 2. Ooh. Well, I don't know. Maybe Thieves is the only one who's caught up. Well, I guess you guys will have to tell me in the Discord. Maybe we should schedule it for April 20th, and you guys will tell me in the Discord, like, if you're caught up or not. It'd be so sad if everybody else gets left behind in the book club, and then it's just me and Thieves. Even though our book club is only 3 people originally, so I guess it's not that unexpected, but it still would be sad. That's my sister's birthday. Well, is your sister gonna blaze it? Sorry, that's weird. I'll get caught up. Okay. I think we'll try to go for April 20th to finish Act 3. And I'll ask you guys in the Discord, like, if you're caught up and stuff. And, yeah. If it's helpful, Genji, maybe you could try the audiobook. I don't know. I don't know if that will help you catch up or not, actually. I read faster than an audiobook reads to me. Like, I read in my head faster. So I guess for me, an audiobook would not be any faster. Well, read in whatever form you want to read in. I don't want to bully. I feel like I'm forcing you. Whatever format works. I'll read it. Yeah, I read heaps quicker. Yeah. I love this book so much. I'm just so excited because I just hit the microphone with the book. Sorry. I'm just so excited because I'm thinking about all the things we're gonna get to talk about in the upcoming parts. I just love this book. I really want the author to release book 4. I need book 4. I need book 4. I'm gonna die. Bully me. There are VTubers who will do that for you. I don't think I'd be good at it. I feel like if I tried to be the type of VTuber who like bullies their chat, I would accidentally like say something that would actually upset somebody. Cause like it's hard to like balance, like if you're like doing like a dom thing for, or like bullying like your chat for fun, it's like it's hard to know what the chat's limits are. Like when will you say something that accidentally actually is hurtful? Maggie smack us in the ear with her book. Bang. I'm sorry, why'd I do that? I just hit you with the book again. Except for that time it was probably louder because I hit you with the cover of the book, and before I just like lightly graced you with the pages. That time I just whacked you with the whole cover. Why'd I do that? Sorry, I guess I am bullying you guys. How many books is she planning on doing? Book 4 is supposed to be the last one, but people keep saying that since it keeps getting delayed, people are like, maybe it'll end up being split in half or something if it's turning out too long. Because originally it was just supposed to be 3 books. It's supposed to be Gideon the Ninth, Harrow the Ninth, and Alecto the Ninth. But then it became, then book 3 was Nona the Ninth. Nona the Ninth was supposed to be part of Alecto the Ninth, but it became too long. So people are like, what if the book 4 is also becoming too long? Just don't go too deep. I'm deaf now. I can't hear angelic voice anymore. I don't know if my voice is angelic, especially this morning because I woke up not that long ago. I feel like my voice is rough a little bit. It's so angelic. Woo! I've been reading this visual novel called Period. It's not like a menstrual thing. It's just called Period, okay? I don't know why it's called that. I didn't know what it was about before I started reading it. I just thought the art looked good. But the main girl, who is the girl I'm on the route of now, she it's like takes place in a universe that's like mostly normal, but some people are born with angel wings, or what looks like angel wings, but they like don't have like magical powers. They can't fly or anything. They just have wings. And the main girl has wings, and it's like I'm really enjoying her arc so far because it's sort of about the expectations placed upon her, because like these wings are, it's like a mutation. They're not actually angel wings, but having these wings causes the people around her to have a certain perspective. Is that the word I was going for? A certain like idea of what she's going to be like, that she feels like she has to live up to, an expectation of like acting angelic and like pure and nice to everybody. Like she wakes up super early to deliver things to people, and like is always like overly kind to people even when they're horrible to her. And I'm just really enjoying like the themes. Like it's been a long time since I read a visual novel that wasn't stupid. That sounds so mean. But I feel like visual novels are so hit or miss, especially like romance visual novels. So I'm like really enjoying the plot line of this visual novel that I'm reading called Period. So far, at least. I don't know if it's gonna get stupid. I'm only on the first arc that I'm playing as this angel girl. But I'm really, really enjoying it a lot. There's also like sort of a plot line of people only like, first of all, some people are like rude to her because she's born with this like mutation. And then also there are people who are like only like they like it's hard for her to form relationships because of her being an angel. People like feel like they have to be very kind to her because of, especially like religious people, because they feel like it's like a good sign, you know. They don't really treat her like a person. She's like, it's just a very interesting dynamic, and I'm really enjoying it a lot. I'm really enjoying like the themes brought up by the visual novel. Anyways, that was kind of a long ramble about Period, the visual novel. I don't know why it's called that. Maggie handing out bullying like cheap cigars. I hope she's careful about scope creep. It can make things dragged out. Oh, like the books getting. Oh, I haven't ever heard that term before. Like if it just like if the universe keeps getting bigger and bigger and it makes things like we lose all sight of everything. That would, yeah, that'd be upsetting. I would be really upset if the book moved past the point where I can't, like, care about my ships anymore. Maybe that's probably not the most important thing. Like, full stop, period. No, it's, like, spelled out like the word period. P-E-R-I-O-D, and then a full stop as the name of the visual novel. I could link it in the Discord. The other day I linked something in, well, I put the, not the other day, like probably like a month ago, I was talking about how the Necopara team made a horror VN, and then I put like the name of it in the Discord, and now I'm like wondering if people who weren't there for the stream are gonna think I'm like advocating for that VN, because I've never played it, but lately I've been seeing stuff about it and it looks really gory, and I think it might be like a gore porn sort of game. So now I'm like, it might be kind of weird that I just put that in the Discord. I've never played that game. I just linked it because somebody asked. Sorry, I keep coughing. Authors struggle with the titles of their books. Meanwhile, that VN author said, period. I read through, wait, let me check out what this VN is. Is it gonna be, what's that game called? The incest one. I almost said Sui no Sora, but that's a different VN. VNDB. The one with the girl named Sora. Yotsuga no Sora. Uchi no Emoto. This is not a serious game. I thought it was gonna be. I mean, even like the other, in the other game, Yotsuga no Sora, is that what it's called? The one with the girl named Sora, even that one like is more serious. This game is, I can just tell by looking at it that this is not a serious game, and also the fact that it's 4 hours and 8 minutes long. Well, you know what? You can live your life doing whatever. Like, it's fine to not play serious games. I just was not expecting it. Towheart gonna be released on Steam soon. Really? Which one? Towheart 2 I've played a little bit of, but I got bored. I played a little bit of like a fan translation of Towheart 2. I know Towheart 2 is way more popular than the original Towheart. I don't know that much about the original. Although I had a friend in high school whose dad owned an anime store that we used to go to all the time, and for some reason, like, first of all, the guy's dad did not know that much about anime, but he was running an anime store. Like, he did not know the names of anything that was popular, and he wasn't like not up to date with things. And so I think because of that, he would just like buy, like, when picking out figures and stuff for the public to come in and buy, he did not do a very good job. He would buy, like, a lot of the figures there were, like, of untranslated visual novels. I'm like, I don't think anybody here in the town we live in knows what this is. But anyways, he had, like, a ton of Towheart figures and merchandise for sale. But I don't even think he knew what that was. I think he just like would buy anything that looked like anime and sell it at his store. But like they were there for years, and like even as an adult one day I went back and the Toe Heart figures were still there. I was like, yeah, it's because nobody in this town knows what Toe Heart is except me. That's like my first exposure to Toe Heart, was all of the... Is it called Two Heart? I always assumed it was Toe Heart because it's Japanese. Maybe it's Two Heart. Anyways, that was my experience with the Toe Heart. This is my friend's dad in high school who owned an anime store selling figures of it. Yeah, but period also means full stop. I don't know if that's why it's called that or not. Emoto Paradise. Not emote. That's not the one I was talking about. Emoto Paradise. I wasn't talking about Emoto Paradise. I was talking about Yotsuga no Sora. Ready is good though. So mean. I'm bullying chat today. Yotsuga no Sora is going to be on Steam soon. Really? Everything is going to be on Steam. That's exciting. Toe Heart. As in feet. It's a feet game. Toe Heart 2 actually translates to heart to heart. What? That's like the opposite of what it says. It says two hearts two, not heart to heart. I thought it was toe. I guess it's two. I thought it was toe because Japanese. I guess I'm wrong. Wait, it is give me Yotsuga no Sora. I guess it's on Steam soon. They're making an anime of Summer Pockets. I've never played Summer Pockets, but it's by Key. Oh wait, I just a second ago Thieves, but I'm waiting for Summer Pockets Reflection Blue to come to Steam. They're doing an anime this summer, so I'm hoping it comes then. That's funny. I didn't even read your comment yet when I started talking about that. Maybe like my brain saw it, but I didn't process it. Maybe it influenced me. Yeah. I still have not finished Little Busters. I've just been like, I have Little Busters on my Switch, and every once in a while I pick it up and read another route. The routes are pretty short, so I usually finish them like in one sitting. And like it's like every few months I'm like, I guess I'll play another route in Little Busters. I would play it for like years. I'm playing Little Busters for like a year and a half or something. Studio Key VNs. I really like the anime that I've watched from Studio Key, but the VNs that I've played, they don't really capture me that much. They don't really hold me that much. They don't hold my attention that much. Because I also played Canon, and I was a little bit bored. So I feel like with Summer Pockets, I might just end up watching the anime. Or maybe I should play the VN. I don't know. Feet game. Jinx. LOL. Is about pockets. Summer Pockets is about... Isn't it about an island? They like go on a summer vacation to an island or something. I didn't finish it either. I did a couple routes, but it's fun. I like the baseball mini game in Little Busters. I've done Mio. What's her name? Haruka? The first Rin route, but obviously I can't play the last Rin route until I play everybody else. I've done Kurogaya. I guess I've done most of the routes so far. I think I haven't finished her route. I like stopped halfway through, and now I probably have to restart it because I don't remember what's happening. There's like a war or something. Her route is like about war. That's just weird. I feel like I've done most of the routes in Little Busters already. Oh, Komari. I did do Komari. Komari was the first one I did. Her route was the saddest so far to me. Komari and Rin 1. Yeah. I liked Kurogaya's roots. I liked Kurogaya as a character. I liked how she calls the main guy Shonen. She just calls him Shonen. Like, boy. I just think that's fun. Haruka and Mio's roots I thought were just okay. Hey kid. Yeah. That's what she's like. She calls him shonen. Even though she's like, I think she's like the same age as them, but she acts so much older. Is Summer Pockets, Summer Pockets. It's about like summer vacation, right? Summer Pockets is set on an isolated, rural, and peaceful island on the Seto Inland Sea called Torishirojima, which has a population of about 2,000 people. The protagonist is Heidi Takahara, a young man not native to the island. Heidi grew up in an urban setting, but after an unpleasant incident, he used the recent death of his grandmother as an excuse to come to the island to take care of her estate sale. Once there, he gets to know 4 girls who are the focus of the story. They include Shiroha Naruse, who forgot her summer vacation. What does that mean? Ao Sorakado, who is pursuing the legends of the island. Kamome Kushima, a high-class girl looking for a pirate ship. And Sumugi Wenders, a young girl trying to find herself. I like how, like, descriptions for visual novels will always have stuff like Shiroha Nanase, who forgot her summer vacation. Like, they always have, like, a description that, like, doesn't make any sense. Like, what does that mean? And then you have to play the game, and then it's just, like, something really wacky. Like, there's always, like, the VN plotlines are always really wacky and they don't make sense when you read the description, but then you play the game, you're like, oh, I guess I understand that, but it still really doesn't make that much sense. Maybe I'll play Little Busters. The characters are cute. No, not Little Busters. Summer Pockets. Sorry. I can't believe her last name is Wenders. What the hell? There's some, like, buff guy who looks like he's from, like... He almost looks like... He almost looks like he's, like... From an NTR VN. Because he's got, like, a 6-pack. I feel like you don't see 6-packs unless they're, like, in an NTR VN. Okay, maybe I'll play it. Wenders. I think the official Summer Pockets is on Steam, but I'm waiting for the re-release with new roots. Oh, I didn't know they had that. I didn't know they did that. Her name sounds like a southern person when they say Wendy's. Yeah. Wenders. Wenders. There's a lot of discussions about Summer Pockets. I guess it's because it's a key game. A lot of people have played it. Key games are so long. Well, the ones I've played are really long. I played Canon. I guess those are the only 2 I've played is Canon and Little Busters by Key. I played a little bit of the game by the studio that became Key. They weren't Key yet, but what is that game called? One. It's called One. Like O-N-E. That's like was the Key team before they became Key made that game, and I played it because I have a poster of that game because I bought a bunch of anime posters, and I just thought the art style looked nice. Like I liked the old art style of the poster, and but then like the save was, I like torrented it. It was like pirated. And, like, I saved my game after playing for a while, and then I came back, and my save was gone. Like, the saving system was, like, broken. And then I never played it again, because I was too frustrated. Is it good, though? Which one? Maggie OMG, how could you? Sorry. I'm just a pirate. Maybe my next life I should become a pirate VTuber like Marine. Is Marine the only pirate? I feel like I've never seen any other pirate VTubers. One. Oh, I don't know if it's good or not because I couldn't play that far. because my save got broken. So sad. I was thinking, because, like, lately a lot of people from Hololive have been graduating. Is this sad for everybody? I don't know if everybody keeps up with Hololive that much. I was thinking about, like, who in Hololive could graduate that I'd be, like, genuinely distraught about. And Maureen was, like, the first one I thought of. I realized I never really say her as, like, one of my favorites, but she really is. Like, well, I feel like I watched the most clips of her, and I like her music the best. Like, Maureen doesn't release any flops. Her songs are always really good, and, like, whenever I watch clips of her, I feel like she's always, like, I guess because I'm old, my Zoomer friend would say Unk. My Regulus friend, Unk means, like, uncle. But, like, Maureen is, like, older, and I feel like for that reason, like, the things she say resonates with me. Like, I feel like we're probably in the same age group, and like, she always seems, like, really intelligent. Like she's one of the few VTubers where I watch and they feel, like, smart. Maybe that's mean. Is that mean? But, like, that's why I like watching her, is that I feel like she's, like, funny but also thoughtful. I like thoughtful people, I guess. Yeah, there have been a lot of graduations. Yeah. For Miko or Krone, Luna would upset me. Miko would also upset me a lot. Luna, I don't see Hachima clips that much anymore, but Hachima would upset me a lot because she was, like, one of my first favorite VTubers ever. Matsuri, I feel like do people watch Matsuri still? Matsuri was one of the first ones that I watched a lot too, so I feel like her graduation would upset me. I like Fuumoko a lot. They're supposed to on Korone and Miko too for sure. Yeah, Fuumoko is, like, from the English branch, the number one that would upset me, but I can't see them graduating anytime soon because I feel like they really love it. Well, maybe I'm jinxing it. What if I say that? And then but they also have, well, in my mind they haven't been there that long, but I guess technically they've been there over a year, but that doesn't feel real to me. Like, I feel like they just showed up. And the new branch of English, I don't even know them at all. And the new branch of Japanese, I also don't know them at all. I keep forgetting there's a new branch of Japanese Hololive members, because I completely forgot they existed. Like, these new two branches I haven't kept up with. I like the branch of JP that people always joke about, like, nobody watches them, but I like them a lot. What are they called? The one with Ririka and Aokun and stuff. I really like them a lot. I like Ririka a lot. I like thoughtful people. Maggie hates Jackapurf. No. One time I called you guys. What did I call you guys? I called you guys. I don't remember exactly what I said. I said that you were sophisticated and thoughtful people. I don't think I said sophisticated. I was joking around when I said that just now. But I feel like I said one time that you guys were thoughtful people and you guys all made fun of me. The ones I liked are already gone. Aqua. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking. Aqua and Shion were sad to me because the neighbor drama was one of the first things that got me into Hololive. I was like, oh no, the neighbors, they're gone. For Ian, Crony, and Narissa. I used to like Kiara, but things have changed my opinion. I didn't realize there was Kiara drama. I didn't know there was Kiara drama either. Is this bad to talk about on stream? Did something bad happen? Dang. I don't really keep up with Kiara or, like, most of the EN branch that much, so I don't really know. Drama. Oh, no, it's not that. Oh. Yeah, I don't really... I usually watch clips of the Japanese members. I like Fuomoko and Bibu the most of EN. I like to watch clips of them, and I like to watch clips of them interacting with the JP members. I guess, like, a lot of... Well, I guess this is hypocritical of me, but a lot of English VTubers don't really, like, try to act cute that much. And Fuamoko and Bibu are both really cute. So I feel like that's why I like them the most. But I don't really try to act cute, so I'm not really acting like the type of VTuber that I enjoy myself. My throat is so rough. I sound so scratchy today. Well, isn't Kiara the one who said she couldn't read clocks? Did that happen? I didn't even know about that. I had an Oshi raid her. She was like, I'm being raided by people I don't even know. Oh, really? She said that? Oh, in a mean way? She was like mad? Well, I don't... I'm a public figure, so I'm not going to comment. I don't know. I'm not really a public figure. I stream to 4 people. There's 4 people here right now. But I always feel like I shouldn't say anything about anything that I... Like, if I see anything negative about a VTuber, I always feel like I shouldn't say anything. Because what if I get famous? But also, I didn't see the moment, so I guess I can't comment on that anyways. I didn't see the moment of her saying that. I'll just... Well, this is awkward. Maybe I shouldn't... Anyways. I'm too famous. I'm too famous. I'm not famous at all. Maggie's a public figure who dictates public opinion. Oh, that's why I can't, if I say anything negative about Hololive, their stock will go down. I don't know, the stock? I don't know anything about stocks. If I say anything negative about Hololive, everybody is gonna hate them, so I can't say anything because that's how famous I am. I'll delete it. Oh, you didn't have to. I see that you deleted it now. You didn't have to. I'm just the one who shouldn't say anything. Well, I probably could say things about it and it wouldn't matter. I act like I'm like media trained or something. Like, you know how people talk about like, oh, this person is media trained. Like famous people get like media trained. I act like I'm like media trained, like not to say things, but I'm not. I'm not famous enough for that, but I act like I am. You know what? Act like you have the job you want, right? I'd be more upset if certain people from Niji graduated. I don't really keep up with Niji very much. I guess like Roa from Niji was like the first VTuber I really liked, but obviously she hasn't been around for like 5 years or something. She disappeared in a lawsuit. Niji Yen I never really watched. I feel like Pomu was the one I watched the most of Niji Yen, but she graduated, but now, well, I guess we shouldn't talk about things like people. In the VTuber community, there's like open secrets. Everybody knows this person's this person, but you're not allowed to say it. Well, I guess I could. I only have four viewers, but... Kiara preparing her response video as we speak. Oh no, and now I have to prepare my apology video. Kiara preparing... Oh wait, I already read that. Bad publicity spreads faster than good publicity, so it's a good way to get numbers. Oh my gosh. This is a numbers game. I'm just gonna spread drama about Hololive to boost myself. I've been watching Niji. Scarlet is on my watch lists. I feel like, well, I have a good impression of Scarlet, but I don't know anything about her. Like, my general impression of her is good, but I don't feel like I've ever watched her, really. Scarla. Oh, is that how you say her name? Scarla, not Scarlet? I think it's Scarla. I think Narosama is funny, but I'm pretty sure she's independent. Vito's never giving up that money for a Team Machine. I think I saw a clip of Vito saying that somebody, like, some major company, like, offered him a ton of money to sell her, and he said no. But I was like, yeah, she could probably make him more money than he would even get from them, like, over time. But also, I hopefully he said no, not just because of money, but also because of, like, not wanting to sell her to some company who's going to ruin her. You know, if a company got her, she would get ruined. She's genuinely sweet, Scarla. I have a good impression of her. I feel like her generation that came out was like her generation was the last one that I watched the debuts of Niji. But I never really watched Niji that much anyways. Like, I would watch the debuts, but I never really watched them past their debuts. I know that Amiko is really into some Niji members. But, so, like, Amiko is really into Mashiro. He's probably the one I know the most about. From JP. Niji JP. She used to watch him all the time, Mashiro. And, like, he would always stream at, like, 11 a.m. in our time. And, like, a lot of times when we used to work overnights together, I would go to her apartment after work. And, like, 11 a.m. hits. And, like, it doesn't matter what we're doing. Mashiro's stream is on. And, like, we would just talk and still be, like, doing whatever we're doing. But Mashiro was on in the background. But sometimes we would just watch Mashiro's streams. Amiko likes the sunflower too. Yeah, Himawari. Amiko does like Himawari too. Oh, I just remembered Iron Mouse. That would be sad graduation. That would be, but I don't feel like she will graduate because of her, like, situation. I feel like if she graduated, it would be like, it would make her life sadder, maybe. Well, is that me? Is that weird of me to say? Maybe I shouldn't say that. But I feel like she's talked about, like, how VTubing, like, gives her a way to, like, interact with people and stuff like that. So I feel like, yeah, I don't feel like she would graduate. I don't watch males, not ones who play males. Amiko is the #1 male VTuber watcher. I don't really, I guess I would watch more male VTubers if more of them were convincing femboys. I'm just a weirdo. Mashiro is like a convincing femboy, but he doesn't want to accept. It's weird. He has like a femboy voice and a femboy model, but he doesn't accept that he's a femboy. Kira from Holostars was a sad graduation for me because he was a femboy. But regular guys, I don't know if I would watch them that much. I watched like male streamers who aren't VTubers, but I guess I don't know. I guess if it's a VTuber, well, I guess with VTubers, I want to watch a VTuber who's like kawaii. Like, that's like watching a regular streamer and watching a VTuber for me is a different experience. Watching a VTuber is like, I want to see someone who's like cute and sweet and like, you know, like, I want to watch an entertaining stream, but I also want like a cute anime character. So like with most guys, they aren't gonna provide that unless they're pretending to be like a femboy for me or something. Sorry, I'm so like, I guess because I was just sick. Talking a lot makes me get all coughy. So what? Why is my phone in low battery? Was it not plugged? Oh my gosh, this whole time it's not been plugged in. Whoops. My phone that I'm using to track my face is almost dead. I thought it was plugged in, but I guess it's not. Is it plugged in now? Yes. Yorumi Rena. I don't even know her. Is she the one with the two-tone hair? I can't type. Yorumi Rena. Oh yeah, she is. I've only seen a couple of clips of her ever. I watched a trans one. She is great. We didn't know for like 8 months until they came out to us. Now they play 2 characters. Oh, they play 2 characters. That's fun. I don't know very many indie VTubers that much. Who? Sorry. Who is the trans VTuber? Is it? I don't know. She introduced a male version. That's fun. I've seen VTubers who have like a male version of themselves, but I feel like it's usually a joke. I don't know. Or like, I don't know very many indie VTubers. I mostly just know like corporate ones. I guess I know Neuro, and I know the people who interact with Neuro. Those are like all the indie VTubers I know about. Rain Cloud. Oh, like Rain Cloud. Her model looks like... Is this weird? Her model looks like Genji's type. I feel like they're having you guys on my chat. I've started to get an idea of everybody, like what everybody likes. Maybe not everybody, but I feel like Genji always likes the like white-haired or like red-haired characters. Am I wrong? Like I feel like Genji always likes the like ones that they always look like strong too, or like kudere almost. Hang on, you've seen my new one. Haven't seen. I don't know. I don't know who your new one is. Who is it? I have a male version of myself. That's a joke too. It's the only version. Oh, you're a joke? Are you saying you're a joke? That's so sad. I know this one indie that's pretty good. She does call me out for almost everything, though, and gets my silly references. Check her out. Her name is Maggie Adana. I do call you out for almost everything. Why do I bully Saz so much? But sometimes I feel like Saz is playing mind games with me. Maybe where he like knows exactly what to say to make me call him out. Well, actually, maybe I'm victim blaming saying that. I'm victim blaming Saz. Actually, this whole time Saz has been playing 4D chess, and I'm not actually bullying him. He's just like victim blaming. Sterna Celeste. Sterna. How do you? Wait, I'm spelling this wrong. Oh, she's got two-tone hair. She looks really cute. She looks kawaii. I keep saying kawaii today. Sorry if there's any noise. I'm on her Twitter, and I don't know. Oh, my desktop audio's not on. Some video started playing. But I didn't have my headphones in, so I didn't even know what it said. I feel like she kind of looks like Genji's type because of her hair color, but also she looks like she looks like more like Moe. I don't know. Like I feel like Genji usually likes the like Onesan types. Like Genji said that he likes Narissa and Crony. Oh, victim blaming too. Added to the compendium. Compend of reasons to cancel Maggie. Compendium. I assume that means like a lot of like a big barrel of reasons. Her attitude is that of a strong white-haired girl, though. Yeah, it's different to what I'm usually watching, but attitude plays a lot into it. I see. I want to be in a company. I'm getting all excited thinking about VTubers. Like a big book. Oh, there is a big book about me. They published my call-out posts. I don't know. There are published. I watched this video about like this cult leader who started like who wrote a fan fiction. There's a published book about that whole situation. Like, there are people who will publish call-out posts. There are like, it's a book that was basically just a big call-out post of like this fanfic author. I've been watching this. There's so many fanfic authors who have started cults. It's crazy. I should do that. I already have a cult. It's you guys. Why not make a small VTuber friend group? I guess I could. I'm scared of VTubers who are on my level. I'm scared that there's gonna be like scary, like that they're gonna be like really like bad people or something, and I don't know because they're so small that all the clips of them don't exist or something. Like, somebody could collab with me and they wouldn't even know that I victim blamed Saz today, you know? Like a mini corpo, but not like a proper corpo. I wish I had the money to start my own VTuber corpo. I feel like it'd be so fun. Paying people to be my friends. I'd be like the CEO of a VTuber company, but as a VTuber myself, forcing them to watch me. Or not watch me, to collab with me. By being in my company, you're forced to be my friend. And like all the like group collabs are like them all being like talented, funny, cute VTubers, and then it's me like I like being like a CEO. I'm imagining myself as a CEO. I'm like fighting with the chat and like crashing out, and like I'm like coughing. I'm already coughing on stream. I'm like coughing on stream, and I'm like chewing really loudly and disgustingly in the microphone, and everybody's like having to put up with it because I'm the CEO. I don't know why this is the scenario that popped into my head. I just imagine if I became a CEO that I'd become like I'd like talk in like a Boston accent or like a New York accent, and I'd be like I just imagine like if I became a CEO, I'd become like a slimy person forcing these poor innocent VTubers to collab with me. People would be like, I love the VTubers of this company, but the CEO like makes it hard to support them. I don't know why this is like my fantasy. Genji's a point. Connections are important. That's true. Maggie called Ikuzo. We're already in a cult. Damn, Maggie said it before I could type it. That we're in a cult. No, they aren't bad. Some just want people to play games with. That's true. Maybe I could find someone to play games with me. I want somebody who wants to be Yuri with me. Okay, maybe at this point I'm just wanting a VTuber girlfriend if I say that. I think it'd be fun to have somebody that I'm shipped with. And that I could pretend to be Yuri with. I guess I just want a kawaii anime girl to pay attention to me. You have to be consistent about streaming to grow your audience and get caught in the algorithm, though. That's true. I don't know if I can get caught in the algorithm. What do I have to do? Do I have to play popular games? I guess when I used to play games people care about, like Stardew Valley, I did get more views. But instead I'm always playing, like, Walking Simulator. I'm always playing, like, walking through Depression Town game. Like weird indie games, and doing book clubs of books that most people don't care about except for me and like 10 people on Tumblr. No, don't ask that straight away about shipping. That make me seem really creepy. Hey, do you want to collab with me so we can be shipped together? Do you want to be my fake girlfriend? We could ship you with Ameko. Oh gosh, that's just awkward. Well, actually, when we first were gonna debut, we talked about how that might happen if we got famous. I mean, people ship Fuamoko and their real life sisters. But it's awkward to acknowledge, you know? You gotta have your face all in the thumbnail. I can't. It's hard to make a YouTuber face as a VTuber. Wow. I need to hire Boris to rig like a VTuber face on me. Like rig like my hands like at my sides of my face and like the most shocked expression possible, like my mouth like 10 times wider than it can normally get. Like a VTuber face toggle or a YouTuber thumbnail toggle. Speaking of weird walking games, Enna Dream BBQ is out. Make sure to let Amiko know too. Oh, I did see people talking about that on Tumblr, but I didn't know what it meant. Well, I didn't know what, like, I was like, I guess there's a new Enna thing. I'll let Amiko know. Amiko had me watch those videos. The Enna videos. They were good. I don't remember them that well. But I'd always seen like the Enna character like online, like fan art and stuff. So I was like, oh, that's where this person's from. I thought that they were like from Sally Face or something. I don't even know what Sally Face is. I don't even know what that is. Freddy Fazbear? No, that's not. I don't know why I said Freddy Fazbear. What is even Sally Face? I don't know. I think it's a game. Sally Face. Oh, it's scary looking. This is not what I thought that... The art style of this... The art style of this... looks like something... It looks like a game called... A game from my youth called Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. I started laughing because it reminded me of that game. The art style of this is just very similar. Gender what now? Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. It's a fetish game. It's a game about basically there's like these scientists. They're like all guys and they work at this laboratory, and then one day some of the scientists cause an explosion that causes them all to get gender bent. They all get transformed into girls, and then like the first guy you can play as is like not happy about it. And I remember that part of his storyline, it doesn't even make any sense. Part of his storyline is that like he doesn't want to dress in like girls' clothes because he's like a guy and he doesn't feel comfortable that he got gender bent. But then he has to wear a bra because because not wearing a bra was making him too horny. Because like I guess the developers of the game, like the reason that women wear bras is like for support so that your boobs aren't flopping around everywhere, and also I guess to hide your like, can I say the word nipples on the stream? But the developers of the game think that the reason the bras are there is like a horniness defense. Like they think that if a woman is not wearing a bra, like it turns her on, like because of like the friction of like the shirt, I guess, which doesn't really make any sense. So that's one of the plot points I remember of the game, is that the guy, he doesn't want to wear a bra, but he has to. My neighbors might hear me talking about this. Oh well. So that's one of the plot points I remember. And then another plot point is like he's like the first guy you can play as. And then like there's these other guys you can play as, but they're like really excited that they got turned into girls, and they're like their whole plotline is just them like discovering the female body. But like the funny thing is the game doesn't, well, actually Maybe there is like a version. The version of the game that I was familiar with did not have like actual NSFW scenes, like full on scenes, just like more implications. But maybe now that I think about it, I might have been playing like the family friendly version. But like I remember like that it was just like them like talking about like, oh my gosh, like last night I tried out like, and then insert like name of like adult device here, and the other one would be like, oh my god, what was that like? It was just them like talking about what it was like. And that was like the whole storyline of those characters. Sorry, I'm like coughing so much. It's because I was just sick. I keep telling you guys this. But basically, Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme was a very strange game. And I learned about it because I watched a streamer play it, and a group of streamers. I used to watch the group of streamers called the Late Night Crew. And they had to stop playing the game because it got too dirty for Steam. Or for Twitch. But that game resides in my memory. Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. What a plot. When men write women. I don't know why they would think that because men have nipples too, and they don't have to wear bras. I guess they think that women's are just like more, well, I don't know, maybe women's are more sensitive. I don't know anything about that. This is getting weird. Anyways, looking at Sally face reminded me. Because the art style reminded me of it. Maybe I shouldn't have started talking about Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. Wait, we don't have to wear them? Wait, have you guys been wearing them the whole time? Wait, we don't have to wear them? Oh. You guys have been wearing them the whole time? Did you think that it was government mandated? Wait, we don't have to wear that. What revelations we are having on stream today. You guys are learning a lot. Just like I learned about portentous. Maybe I shouldn't have gone and ran about Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. I've realized I've played a lot of Eroge in my life. I feel like I could be like an Eroge reviewer, but I feel like nobody on YouTube would watch that. Like, it wouldn't get pushed by the algorithm. My videos wouldn't be monetized. And the fact of the matter is that I'm like kind of busy with life, you know? I'm in college and at work. So if I'm going to do something on YouTube that isn't like my streams that I already do for fun, I want it to be something monetizable. So I can quit my job. It is in Australia. Government mandated? Oh, wow. I'm learning so much about Australia. Now I know about macas and about the government mandated bras. I like that you have to say the whole title every time. Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme. I'd watch that though, my Eroge reviews. I feel like you already kind of watch that every day on stream. I'm always talking about Eroge. Because I just like them. And I feel like nobody talks about them. I feel like there is like a lot of Eroge, even when it's like, and I'm not even talking about games like that have like deep plots. Like, you know, there's a lot of Eroge out there, like visual novels that have like deep plots. Even outside of that, even if you're playing games that are just Eroge and like no depth, you can find depth and beauty in them. And that's what fascinates me. I love playing Degrees of Ludity and finding moments of beauty in the dialogue and the text. I feel like I could make a whole video about that. Like, or like moments of sincerity. You know? Because there's beauty in everything in this world. I sound like I'm like a stoner or something. But I believe it. I just think that there's beauty in everything, and I feel like you can find meaning and purpose in everything in this world. Even Degrees of Ludity, even Course of Temptation. Like when Kyler traps you in the basement. I feel like Kyler was the one I always dated. I always made Kyler a guy. Okay, Robin, for me, I could, either way, guy or girl. I don't really give a shit about Robin. Robin could live forever or die tomorrow, to me. So Robin, I don't care about the gender of Robin. Whitney, I always make a girl. Whitney is always a girl. And Kyler, I always make a guy. And I always, well, I won't go into it. I was going to say something really inappropriate about Kyler's genitals because there's like genital options in the game, but I won't say it. But anyways, why was I talking about this? Oh, when I used to play the game, Kyler was always my number one beau? What am I, French? Person that I would date in the game. But I think when I was playing the game, I don't think that Kyler's plot line was very fleshed out at the time. So, like, I didn't get to be trapped in his basement or anything. Sad. I think it's more developed now. But now that Course of Temptation is out, I don't have much reason to play Degrees of Ludity, because the thing about Degrees of Ludity is that it does not... I don't enjoy the erotic aspects of it. Like, the sex scenes are not appealing to me. Sometimes I play a certain modded version of the game that adds a specific fetish to the game. But, even that, I would rather play Course of Temptation. And Course of Temptation I haven't even been playing that much either, though, because I feel like I've gotten bored of it. I've done everything in the game that you can already do, and, like, I keep checking, like, the updates. Every month they do a monthly update, and I always read the development log and see, is there anything new that's worth coming back for? And the answer is always no. It's a little bit sad. I think I should make my own game, like, with Sugar Cube and Twine. Those are, like, the tools that Degrees of Ludity and Course of Temptation were both made in. I want to make my own. I actually started making my own. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this, though, because I'd feel really uncomfortable if I released, like, an eroge and then my chat found it. That'd be really awkward. But Degrees of Ludity, I think, has genuinely really beautiful dialogue at times, and I think that it's way better written than Course of Temptation. Course of Temptation is very dry. Course of Temptation is dry, and I feel like it's too safe, but I understand why it's safe. It's trying to be the anti-Degrees of Ludity. It's trying to be Degrees of Ludity for people who don't want to play, like, a game that is banned on itch.io. But Course of Temptation, I enjoyed the arrow aspects more, but story-wise and gameplay-wise, I enjoyed Degrees of Ludity more. I think that Degrees of Ludity has a lot of thought put into it. I think that it's a beautiful game. And I was really surprised when I found out the dev of Degrees of Ludity was a guy, because the arrow content is, like, the kind of thing that girls are usually into. So I was very surprised by that. And also, because the writing was so beautiful. No, I mean, like, because it was, like, I don't know, it just felt, like, sentimental. It feels, I don't know, maybe maybe this is inappropriate of me. Maybe now I'm rambling and nobody's even talking in the chat anymore. Nobody even knows what I'm talking about. Everybody's like, what are you talking about? I'm just rambling to myself. Like a crazy person. It's just because I like eroge, and I have a lot of thoughts about it. Like when Kyle... Okay, I already read that. Go off, queen. That's so real. Well, I don't know what I was talking about at that point. About what aspect I was talking about when you said that, but I did go off. I went off for too long, and everyone's like, what the hell are you even talking about? Hopefully nobody was watching with the sound on, like in your living room or something. Wait, no, I don't know anything about that. What? Degrees of Ludity? You know who Kyler is, so you know. Banned on itch. How bad is it? It's pretty bad. Course of Temptation. As far as, like, Western indie games go, it's one of the... well, there are some really dark things out there if you dig deep, but it's focused on things that are not really allowed on itch, I think. I tried that one, got bored of going to classes, and never played it again. That Course of Temptation is really hard to get into. The beginning is so dry. because first of all, it takes forever for your character to learn anybody's names. Like, it takes forever for you to, like, actually be able to develop a relationship with anybody. And yeah, you have to go to the classes. But I just have had way more fun. But also, it has, like, I don't want to reveal my true nature here. But there are just, like, certain aspects of the game, of the, like, Harrow content of the game that keep me around that other games don't tend to have. Maybe I won't go into it. I don't want to go into it. I don't want you guys to even speculate, so maybe I shouldn't have said that. But that's why Course of Temptation was my number one for a while. But I got bored because I've already done everything in the game, and they keep adding stuff that I don't care about. And, like, the sex scenes are really boring in the game. You've been doing that all morning, though. That's true. I have been rambling to myself. Even when I was reading the book, it was mostly just me. What word did I keep saying? Did I say blabbering? I don't know what I was doing. I was just, like, rambling. Also, I don't know about these kinds of things. Well, you linked a VN called Uchi no Emoto today. So, I don't believe you. I really want someone to make another text. I feel like I've played every single text-based eroge. I've even played one. It's called New Life. I don't think anybody has played this game but me. And it's not good. And it's so British. It, like, makes it hard for me to enjoy it because of the Britishness of the dialogue. It's supposed to be, like, a gender-bending fetish game. But I would always play it as, like, just a girl. Because, like, there's an option to, like, be, like, you're supposed to play it as a guy who got transformed into a girl. But then, if you want to, you can just play it as a girl who wasn't someone who got transformed, which is just how I played it. So I played, like, the version that, like, isn't even what, like, they intended. And you can't even play it as a guy in that game. Here's the thing. When I play Course of Temptation, I play as a twink. I know this is so brave of me to admit, but I don't even play as a girl in Course of Temptation. I play as, like, a tiny little twink named Rokun. I put Kun on his name. I don't know why I did that. But in this game, in New Life, you can't play as a guy. And it's very boring. And it's very dry. And the dialogue is so British that it's, like, not... But I played it. I've played every text-based eroge ever written. I only play Seiso games. You've played Yuzu Soft games, though. I didn't link. I put a V and then some random numbers. Well, that, to me, that's basically a link because I know where to put it. Mom, Maggie hates British people. You'll never grow your audience with prejudice like that. Have I ever had a British person in my chat? British people! Well, there's only 4 people here, and 3 of them are typing in the chat, and I know where all of them are from, and none of them are British. Genji used to go to school in Britain, though, right? I'm doxing you right now. Well, you talked about that in the chat before. You've talked about that in the chat before. Is that inappropriate for me to bring up things that people have talked about in the chat before? I'm just, like, revealing personal information about my chat. Hello, governor. It's okay. I talk about it everywhere. Sorry, I doxed Genji. Well, it wasn't really doxing. Well, maybe I should stop remembering things everybody tells me. Or I just should stop saying it. British Maggie. New Life was so British. I just can't when it's British. I think that Western eroge, they can't be British. They can be from anywhere else. But I'm always going on itch.io and going, like, through the text-based tag looking for games, and there's never any, like, new ones. So sad. because the text-based games, they have more variety, you know? Like, usually it's like a game where you can do whatever you want. I love games made in Red P. I do too, but usually those are more like visual novels. But visual novels, I like visual novels, but like I don't usually play those for the Arrow aspects because you usually can't do whatever you want in them. They're just like a streamlined plot, you know? And usually the H scenes just aren't to my tastes. Personally. Oh, I only play it for the Arrow. I've played like Nuki before, like VNs that are just supposed to be Arrow and nothing else, but I just have never enjoyed the Arrow content from them. The ones I play are mainly Western, really? Like the ones that have like the 3D models, but it's like when I think of Western Arrow gay, that's a visual novel. I think of like the ones that have like the stolen 3D models, and it's called like Daddy's Home. Yes, those, really. I don't know if I would enjoy those. They look too much like real people to ignite the flames of my heart. Daddy's Home. They always have like an incest theme name. A Sister's All You Need. No, that's an anime, isn't it? Honey Select type games. Is that where they get their models from, is Honey Select? I've played Honey Select. But I feel like the models I see in those Western games look even more like non-anime. Like Honey Select, it's like a real person but anime real person. It's like Final Fantasy or something. Where it's like a real person but they're beautified to look like anime. Whereas these other Western games are like, it's just a real person. Who is not beautified. I guess they're probably beautiful to people who find like Ariana Grande attractive. Now I'm being a hater. I'm like hating now. I should stop being a hater. I need a novel with a good story. It can't just be H scenes. Yeah, well that's me too, but that's because the H scenes... Oh! I played a game. I actually played a Nuki Gay recently that was just Arrow that I enjoyed, but that's because it focused on one specific thing that I like that is not like actual, doesn't involve actual like H scenes. That doesn't make any sense. But, well, I feel like I'm slowly accidentally revealing how weird I am. I don't like H scenes that involve actual like sex acts. I have like bizarre kinks that have to be included. Why am I talking about this? I should take off the last hour of the stream in post. I feel embarrassed that I just admitted that. Why did I admit that? Why did I admit that to you guys? Well, anyways. We're all friends here. I'm just oversharing on the internet. And you know what? There are VTubers who have said worse. There are VTubers who have said worse. There are VTubers who have done kink tier lists on stream. I could do a kink tier... That's the thing. I've thought about doing a kink tier list like on Patreon or something, but I look at it, most of the things don't apply to my tastes. And the things that do, I'm too embarrassed to admit. I'd play the hell out of that game if it existed. What game? Daddy's Home? A Sister's All You Need? I think that's an anime. A Sister's All You Need. Yeah, it's an anime. It's an anime and it's a light novel. What the hell is it about? It follows the novelist Itsuki Hashima, who's surrounded by various people, including a beautiful genius writer who loves him, a big sisterly college classmate, a fellow male writer, a sadistic tax accountant and his editor. As the story progresses, the underlying conflicts of dreams and goals surface. As each character... Okay, this description sounds like it's going deeper than I feel like the anime probably does. It's about conflicts of dreams and goals and achieving your dreams. Isn't it about sisters? Itsuki's stories are driven by a passion for stories about little sisters. So does he not even have a sister? Wait, they're all looked after by Itsuki's younger brother Chihiro, who is in fact his younger stepsister? Wait, what? Is this a femboy? I gotta watch this. Chihiro, a sister. Is that the plot twist? Is that the main guy is obsessed with little sisters and then he thinks he has a brother, but then he learns that this whole time he's had a sister? That's the most beautiful plot twist I've ever heard of in my entire life. That's like the most romantic thing I've ever heard in my life. He wanted a sister and he didn't know he had one, but he had one all along. Snuffy is wild with what she shared, which is based, but she's braver than me. I've only seen a little bit of Snuffy. I've seen her back when she was a raccoon, but she's not a raccoon anymore, is she? Did she do a kink tier list? I've seen a few people. One time I saw this girl do a kink tier list, and I'm not going to say who it was, but first of all, she, like, sort of paints herself... It's not Snuffy, it's someone else. She sort of paints herself as, like, the kink VTuber. But then she was, like, offended by, like, DDLG. She was like, no, absolutely not. This is completely, like... She was, like, trying to act like it's, like, immoral. And first of all, I'm not into that. But I was like, how are you going to pretend to be the kink VTuber? And then you're going to try to say that, like, one of the most popular kinks in the BDSM community is immoral. Like, what? I was just, like, kind of baffled by that. It's like, you're not a kink VTuber. A sister's all you need is an anime. I like the white-haired girl. You don't like the femboy? Was that tummy rumble? Was there a tummy rumble? It might have been my chair. DDLG, is it safe to Google? I don't know. Am I too deep in the sauce? Is DDLG disturbing to most people? Actually, am I the one who was in the wrong? Because to me, I follow a lot of people on Tumblr who are, like, always talking about, like, BDSM and stuff, and so to me, it's just, like, normal. Am I too lost in the sauce, actually? Was she right? No? Well, I thought, like, it's just role play, right? It's like adults role playing, so I thought it's not that bad. Maybe am I... Maybe I'm in the wrong. But I was kind of surprised. Well... Maybe it's because the people I watch on are follow on Tumblr, but to me, I was like, this person is not a real... They're not really... Because, like, if they were in the kink community, they would have met people who are into this, and they wouldn't be disturbed by it anymore. Am I wrong? I don't know. I watched Shugo Chara pretty early. Major crash on Nadeshiko. Nadeshiko, like Why did I forget all the words in the world? Yamato Nadeshiko? Shugo Chara. Oh yeah, I've seen this. Nadeshiko. She's cute. I don't... Is she a Yamato Nadeshiko? Is that what she's called that? It's fine, remember who was in your chat. Just outing myself since Maggie hasn't today. I think I've accidentally outed a few things today. Well, sorry. Should I make an apology? Is DDLG really disturbing? Sorry to everybody. I think I was just too lost in the sauce. Sorry for hating on that random VTuber who made a kink tier list. But I was just, like, kind of confused and baffled. Especially because I always watch, there's this YouTuber who makes videos about, like, BDSM, and I always watch her. Am I just too lost in the sauce? Well, I don't know. I retract my previous statements. Remember everyone but me. Hi, Kingy. Wait, what? Remember everyone but me? You want me to forget about you? Hello, Kingy. Welcome. Welcome, my new viewer, John Kingy Rays. That didn't flow very well. I was trying to make a joke about how I forgot you. I'm accidentally getting into hot water, I guess. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just... she's cute and nothing else. Dang, Maggie didn't read up on... Do you want me to read her Wikipedia page? Her fandom page? The male alter ego? Wait, what? It's a boy? Nagihiko Fujisaki. Wait, what? Am I on the wrong page? Oh. It's a boy! Oh, he's a boy and there's a boy and a girl version. Oh. Okay, I'll watch Shugochara. I didn't know there were cute femboys in Shugochara. There we go. Genji said, remember who's in your chat, my responses be forgotten. Oh. Yeah, Genji said that because I accidentally said something yabai, I guess. Do people still say yabai? Sorry for hating. I also feel like maybe, what if people figure out who that one VTuber was? I don't even know if this VTuber is popular or not, though. It's just some random person I saw on my YouTube recommended. And I decided to watch it because I love watching people do kink tier lists. And I was just appalled, okay? I was just appalled by her, like, anger and, like, moral policing, I guess. Anyways. I'm not interested in DDLG, okay? I feel like I always wiggle myself into holes on this channel. I'm always wiggling into holes. Wiggle. I'm trying to wiggle. But what were we talking about? I just kept talking about Arrogate. I feel like I always am talking about Arrogate for forever. What? I was trying to wiggle. No, I'm talking about how I always, like, get myself into holes. Like, metaphorical. Wiggle where now? Wiggle. What's wrong with that? What? Pause? What'd I say? I'm always wiggling into holes. Oh, like that kind of holes? No. I mean like I'm always saying the wrong things. I wiggled myself into another hole. I feel like I'm always just saying the wrong things. That's what I meant. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I gave you my heart. Sorry, my voice is like getting rougher and rougher the more I talk because I was just sick. The more I talk, my voice is getting more and more like, woo. Wiggle in which holes? I'm wiggling into... I almost said I'm wiggling into your holes. Like, chat... I don't know. Never mind. I didn't say that. That was a weird thing to say. Karaoke. Oops, I did it again. You're going to get copyright claim of that perfect impression. Doing what to us now? I'm reporting you to HR. No. No. I didn't say it. You're just hallucinating. You're crazy. I'm gaslighting you. You just imagined it. Man, why do I always every stream say something bad? I feel like the end of every stream is just like, it's like a conga line of me accidentally saying stupid things. But, my holes are sensitive. Oh my gosh. Chat is becoming more yabai than me, okay? I couldn't sleep at all last night. I'm super tired. I'm surprised I've been streaming for almost 3 hours because I woke up and I thought this stream's gonna be like an hour long because I'm so tired. Because I wasn't sleeping. I was writing a book. I've been writing a book. I finished it last night. And I was thinking about trying to publish it, but I'm a little embarrassed. But it's like a little bit... Here's the thing. I started it off... You know how I write purposely bad fan fiction? I thought it'd be fun to write, like, a purposely bad book. And I thought maybe I could, like, get... Like, you know, like Chuck Tingle? Are people here familiar with Chuck Tingle? I thought it could be sort of like a branch off of Chuck Tingle. People buying this book because it's so bizarre. But then as I wrote it more and more, I started to genuinely really get invested in it. And now I'm like, should I publish it as it is now? Like an overly silly book that's like trying to be funny. Or should I go back and clean it up and make it serious? Because I got into it. But I finished it last night. It's also kind of short for a book, though. It's only 40,000 words right now. You'll be the next Tamsin Muir. I wish. Does the book involve MPreg? It actually... There actually is MPreg at the end. I told you guys, though, it's a purposely silly book. Okay? It does end... In the epilogue, there's implied MPreg. It's a yaoi book. Okay, now that I say that, I shouldn't try to make it serious, huh? I should just publish it as, like, the silly book to get famous as, like, a person who published a bad book. A silly book. A funny book. I like making people laugh. And I like making people laugh by acting like a clown. Like, I like to make people laugh at me, you know? Like... And that's why I like to write bad books. So maybe I'll publish it as it is. Really bad. But I had a lot of fun writing it. It was so fun. And then when I wrote the ending, I was feeling kind of sad because I was having so much fun writing it. Too predictable. I am the MPreg person. Yeah, the ending has MPreg. Implied MPreg. Because it's a yaoi book. Maybe I'll cut out this part of the VOD too, because I don't want people to find, like, what if I publish my book and I get famous and they find my VTuber persona? I used to ride a fine line between being so bad it's good. I don't know if it is or not. I just kind of wrote a bad book. It's also really fun to write a bad book because then there's no pressure. Like, you're never like, oh my god, like, this sentence isn't coming out right. Oh my god, like, I'm struggling. Like, what if people don't like it? If you're writing a bad book, you don't need to worry about that. Because it was written bad. And so, like, it's no pressure. It's just fun. I recommend everybody write really bad books. But then... Like, since I wrote the book bad, but then afterwards I was like, I could make this good if I wanted to. I realized that if I want to write good books, I could just write a bad book first. Like, that could be part of my creative process, is writing a bad book and then going back and cleaning up and making it good. Because writing bad is so much easier for me. It's just fun. Writing good is hard because I feel like pressure, and I feel like I'm being like fake deep when I'm trying to write a serious book. I feel like I sound like a 12-year-old trying to be serious. It's because I'm not a serious person. I'm not a naturally serious person. So, like, when I try to write seriously, I feel like it sounds like a kid trying to sound like an adult. That's a deep dive if people found this stream. I guess it would be. But people find crazy things, and you wonder, how the hell did people find that, you know? Saz is opening Ragnarok over and over again. I could see that because we're friends on Steam. Sorry, I shouldn't reveal that information to the public. I'm just an evil villain who reveals all my chat's personal information, like what games they're playing right now on Steam. I don't even know what that game is. What if that game is like a bad game, like a dirty game, and then I revealed it? I don't even know what that is. What is Ragnarok? It doesn't sound like a dirty game. Ragnarok game. Actually, I typed Ragnarok gay. Ragnarok game. Oh, Ragnarok online. Oh, it looks cute. I don't know if this is the game you're talking about. Or playing. But it looks cute. Fine then. Sorry. Sessam's actually mad now. Oh no. I went too far. I shouldn't reveal my chat's Steam information. Should I go through everybody's Steam information now and read all the games you've played to make it up to Saz? I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I only have 4K hours on Steam. I'm new. Is it fun? I want to play an MMO. I haven't played one since... Well, I feel like the only MMOs I've ever played were, like, children's ones. Like Neopets. Webkins. Club Penguin. I feel like those... Toontown. Toontown. I streamed Toontown. You guys were all falling asleep. Remember that? I've had my Steam games read out on stream, really? Is that a common VTuber activity? Reading their chats? Okay. Saz is just playing games now. With the pop-up. There's just another pop-up of a game Saz is playing. I think Saz is trying to bait me into reading it. As a joke. But I won't. Because I'm a changed person. I've changed for the better. I don't read my viewers' Steam games out loud anymore. I've had... Oh, I already read that. Oh, I remember I crashed the stream. Wait, what? I don't remember. What were you... Oh, the Toontown? Oh, yeah! I forgot. Yeah! We could have all been playing that together if you guys all joined. Remember? Whenever I think about that stream, I always remember when I went to that world for, like, people who are higher level than me, and someone came up and started bullying me. They were like, why is there a 15 laugh here? And, like, the silly Toontown language of 15 laugh just makes it even funnier to get bullied like that. And then I couldn't even, like, type anything back because I was so new that I could only use the, like, pre-chosen options. I could only, like, type in, like, the beginner world. Friendship with Benefits was near the top of recently played. Really? I still haven't played that. You bought me that game for me like 2 years ago or something. Friendship with Benefits. The pony game. That was funny. They called you a newbie scrub. They did. In Toontown. Have you seen Inzoi? I have seen a little bit about it. I kind of want to play it. I don't know if my computer can handle it though, because I've heard it has really high specs. I'm kind of excited about it, but I also hope it's fun. Wait, it's pretty vanilla about from the furry. What? Do you mean Friendship with Benefits? It's pretty vanilla, like aside from the furry. Surprisingly not too bad. Inzoi, really? Current favorite game is Ellen. What's that? Oh, it looks very pretty. Wait, it's related to Alona? I've heard about Alona because someone I'm not friends with, but somebody I follow on Tumblr. I said I'm friends with them, and I don't think this person even knows I exist. They talked about the Alona game before. Is this related? Because it looks like it's on the Alona wiki. Alona, that's the game that became a pee fetish game. Right? Like, that's the game that, like, in the updated version, like, right? Or am I thinking of something else? I'm currently waiting for the new Fantasy Life game and Stellar Blade's PC release, so I haven't played anything new. I've never heard of Fantasy Life. Oh, it looks cute. The girl who steals time. It looks kawaii. I don't know why I keep saying kawaii today. Good night, Maggie. Hi, Aris. Good night, Aris. It's like a prequel to Alona. Hashtag piss gang. I think Alona, isn't that the game where, like, there's like a fan-made updated version that improved a lot but also added pee fetishism? Or am I wrong? Or am I wrong? Maybe I'm out of touch. It was a really good 3DS game. One of my favorites on the console. Oh, I never even heard of it. I feel like I had a 3DS, but I feel like I never had them. Oh, guys, are you excited about the new Tomodachi Life? I was pretty excited about it because, like, well, they didn't really show that much of the trailer, but I was just excited about the idea of a new Tomodachi Life. But my friend, my Regulus friend on Discord, is being such a hater about it that I don't know what to think. The new Fantasy Life has been delayed like 1,000,000 times, for the original 3DS game was peak, really. I could send you Ilona Plus. It's free, really? You could send it to me if you want to. I don't know if I'll play it or not, but I'll look at it. Is it a good stream game? Just leave a 1 like and I'm going to sleep. Thank you for liking. Good night. It's probably really late where you live, right? Good night. You already know it. Yes, I'm so hyped for the new Tomodachi Life. I spent so much time on the original. Yeah, I'm really excited too. Tomodachi. Oops. Wait. Did that unplug? The original was so much fun. And I'm really excited, especially because my 3DS broke, actually, guys. I was trying to actually play Tomodachi Life. Just the other day, not the other day, like a month ago, and my 3DS is broken. Whenever I turn it on, like, it doesn't well, I don't think it's like charging properly. It like charges a little bit, but not very much, and then it dies really fast. And like when I say really fast, I mean like it dies like I can only play for like a few seconds. I can't even like open a game. Okay, something falling from the table. It was just my charger, but I fixed it. Sorry. Sorry, I just got a notification from someone on Tumblr called, I don't even want to read their name. That somebody just sent me an ask on Tumblr and their name was very weird. That was a weird notification to get. Anyways, what was I even talking about? Tomodachi Life. Gonna make Piss Gang Island 2 once Living the Dream comes out. It's a game that's so weird you wouldn't expect a multi-billion-dollar company to make it, but it was great. Yeah, I feel like the first game, I really liked it, but I feel like it had some flaws and it got kind of boring quickly, so I'm hoping that's why I'm really excited about the next game, because I feel like there's a lot they could improve on, you know? Like, the first game was really fun. Well, it's not even the first game, it's just the first game that we got in the US, because there was a different Tomodachi Life game before that was Japan only. But Tomodachi Collection, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But yeah, I'm really excited. Even though the trailer didn't show very much, so we don't really know what it's gonna be like yet. But I'm pretty excited. But my Regulus friend is being such a hater. Like, they're like, the new logo is ugly and it doesn't look funny. They said it doesn't look funny like the original game. I was like, but the trailer was only like an hour. The trailer was only like a minute long. Like, how do you know it's not funny? I don't know why they're hating so much. But I'm really excited about it. You are Canadian. You say sorry as much as they do. I'm not Canadian. I just got a message in Discord. Oh, Saz sent me the game. Alona. Thank you. I like that the new island seems to be an actual world instead of just being a bunch of menus you swap between. Yeah, it looks open world. I'm tentatively excited about that. I hope it's good. It'll probably be good. It'll probably be really cute because you probably watch your villagers. I don't even know if they're called that. Islanders? Walk around and stuff. Interact with each other. That's what it looked like from the trailer. I'm hoping the game loop isn't like the original. Would love to see some new additions. My impression so far is it might have free roam. Yeah, it kind of looked like it. And it looks like people are talking about how it looks like you might be able to customize the Miis like you could in... I don't know what those games were called, but those other games where you could like really customize the Miis and everyone's making these like insanely detailed Miis. The like game where the Miis are like knights and stuff. I don't remember what that game's called. I never played it. But like people are like pointing out like some features of some of the Miis in the background and stuff in the trailer. I mean, like we're probably gonna get the really detailed like character creation. Although I'm not really that. I probably won't spend any time in the character creation. I don't really enjoy making characters very much, but it's still exciting for people who are into that. Miitopia. Oh yeah, that's what it was called. I always kind of wanted to play that game, but I never did. Lately I've been thinking about, should I talk about this? Lately I've been thinking about like downloading like a Switch emulator so I can play Animal Crossing New Horizons with mods, because there's so many mods that look like they're making the game like better. Because I have a lot of disappointments with Animal Crossing New Horizons, and like there's just so many mods. They're like mods that add, like change dialogue, that like add quality of life features, that add like so much stuff. And I'm like, maybe I need to be downloading a Switch emulator so I can play New Horizons with mods, because these mods look epic. They're epic. I sound like I'm from 2010. Epic. My biggest hope is we get the customization from Switch Metopia. The stuff people made on there was crazy. Yeah, I would see like videos of people, like tutorials of how to make like insane like insanely detailed characters. My Miis were a mix of people in my real life anime characters and original characters. Me too. Oh my gosh. And I'm so sad that I don't have my original copy of Tomodachi Life anymore that had my old island on it. Like, I feel so sad when I think about that, because I wish I could go back and see it. But I had like so many random things. I had like, and things were getting like messy because I wanted my Yaoi and my Yuri ships to happen, but the game didn't allow that. So I would have to make one of the characters like a guy or a girl, but then like half of my town was like guys and girls of the opposite gender of what they actually were. And then like, so then like we would have like for example, I had My Little Pony. This is embarrassing, but I had My Little Pony characters that were girls that were technically guys in the game, because I wanted to ship them with the other ponies who were girls. And then I would have characters from like Homestuck. This is so embarrassing. It's really revealing the time in my life in which I was playing this game. But I would want to ship them in yaoi pairing, so they'd be technically a girl by the game, but they'd be a guy. And then like the guys who were girls and the girls who were guys would get together, and then like the girls would be impregnating the guys. There was just like a lot going on. I also had a male idol group called the Twinkle Twinks, and I miss them, the Twinkle Twinks. my town was crazy. My island had a lot going on it. I was also disappointed in New Horizons. The multiplayer island from New Leaf was so fun. Yeah, exactly. If I start talking about my disappointments in New Horizons, I will be talking for forever. And I probably should end the stream kind of soon, because it's been like 3 hours and 15 minutes. But like I have like, actually I'm trying to make I wanted to make a video essay about why I hate I don't hate New Horizons. I like New Horizons. But why I was so disappointed with it, and like so far I'm not done with the script, and it's really long. Like if I talk about that, it'll talk forever. But yeah, I had so many disappointments with New Horizons. And I think New Leaf is the best Animal Crossing game. Modding a launch Switch will be easy if you have one. A launch Switch, like one of the originals? I have a Switch Lite. Oh boy, if there's confirmation that Living the Dream has same-sex marriage, Maggie's gonna make all the ships. I hope they have gay marriage this time. I know. I'm really hoping, because I really want Yaoi. And I know that I'll be making Harrow and Gideon from the books that we're reading right now. And I'm gonna try to make them get married. Yeah. Oh no, Doc. Is that what people are saying to people who only have a Switch Lite? Is that what they say to bully us? I've never even heard that. I just got another message. Wait, why do you keep saying ignore pings? Does that mean I'm not supposed to read this on stream? Like I'm supposed to be ignoring my pings? I have a Switch Lite because I'm broke AF, guys. I'm really getting bullied. If I have a Switch Lite, I have a second-hand Switch Lite, because I was being even more economic. I wanted to save money. I didn't even buy a Switch. I bought the cheap version, and I bought it secondhand. It's yellow, because that's the only color they had at GameStop secondhand. And I bought it at GameStop because I needed it quickly, because I needed it so I could play Animal Crossing as soon as it came out. Modding a Switch after launch can be tough, because you gotta physically install a mod chip into the system. Oh wow. I used to have a modded 3DS, But the problem is that they would keep on patching the, what do they call it, exploits. And I got so sick of keeping up with that after so long. I wonder if the Switch is easier. Because the 3DS, they would always patch. Like, and then you'd have to... Oh my gosh, it was crazy. The Switch modding. I mean, the 3DS modding. Is anybody here into that? Looking forward to seeing the Switch 2 Direct in a few days. Oh, I didn't even know that was happening. Tomodachi Life is going to work for the regular Switch, right? Not just, like... I assume that all the games that work on the Switch are going to work on the Switch 2, right? I don't know anything about the Switch 2. I only know the name. I had the Sword and Shield Switch Lite, but I sold it because having 2 Switch consoles seemed silly. You're so rich. You had 2 Switches. The launch Switch doesn't need a mod chip since the console is less secure. Now, it won't be silly having to. My modern mind, Saz has seen it. Whoa. I modded my Switch, but just to dump my games to play them on PC. Oh, that sounds great. I would love to play Animal Crossing on the PC. I only have a few games for my Switch. I have Animal Crossing. I have Puzzle Matsu-san. It's a game that's only in Japanese. It's just like a puzzle game for Osamatsu-san. It used to be a mobile game, and I used to love the mobile game so much, and then they got rid of the mobile game because they made this crappy Switch game, and I bought the Switch game because I just loved the mobile game so much. And it's still fun, but it's just weird. It's just a weird concept for like a Switch game. It feels like a mobile game. But anyways, I have that game. I have Little Busters, and I have Tetris and Cooking Mama, and I think those are the only games I have for my Switch. Because I only bought it for Animal Crossing. Because I'm a long-term Animal Crossing fan since childhood, so I wasn't about to let an Animal Crossing game slip through my fingers. I had to buy a Switch. Wait, you can play on PC? I guess you can if you mod your Switch. Modding a 3DS is super easy. It took me like 15 to 20 minutes. But were you able to keep up with it? Because I was not able to keep up with it and keep using my mods very, very easily because the exploits would always get patched. Well, it was more like I kept wanting to add more mods and stuff. And also, I was mostly modding Animal Crossing New Leaf, and I think I would have to... I don't remember exactly, but I feel like I would always have to use the exploits in order to, like I would have to take my game and put it on my PC to, like, edit my town and, like, do the cheats on my PC, and then I would have to use the exploit to load those cheats into the game again, I think. I don't remember if I'm 100% sure. It's probably been, like, 10 years. But, like, they would always... I always have to learn a new exploit because it would always get patched out by Nintendo. It's always pissing me off. At Genji, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're talking to Genji because you said at Genji. I don't know why. It's probably hard to get a hold of an emulator since Nintendo did a bunch of takedowns. I did see recently a link for a Switch emulator a couple days ago. Universal Updater fixes the issue of stuff being out of date. Well, I wonder if that existed back when I used to mod it. It's probably easier now. Especially now that I doubt Nintendo is creeping around that much about the 3DS modding like they used to. But... And I don't even know if I still have my modded town. I had a town that, like, all the buildings were moved in places they're not supposed to be. It was fun. Modding Animal Crossing. I mean, the process of, like, doing the mods on your computer wasn't fun. The process of trying to get it loaded was not fun for me. I should probably end the stream soon. My voice is getting rougher and rougher as it goes on. I want to take a nap, too, because I didn't get any sleep last night. Yeah, they're mostly concerned about Switch piracy, which a couple emulator creators were monetizing. Oh. That's interesting. I don't know. I'm not in the loop, so I don't know. Maybe they were justified in monetizing it. I don't know. But like my only experience with stuff like that is like people who make like so I'm from the Sims 2 community. Everything is free there. People in the Sims 4 community, they'll monetize like their mods, and they'll be like making you pay money to download like a skirt or something. That always kind of gave me bad vibes. But I don't know. I don't know the story behind the Switch emulator, so maybe somebody's calling me. Stop calling me. Anyway, I just hung up on some random number. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's okay that they were monetizing it. I don't know. I'm tempted to go back to New Leaf, but I remembered I reset it once already, and it would suck to lose all those bells. I'm so sad that I lost my original New Leaf town, because when they introduced the thing where you could sell your town, I sold it, and I regret that every single day of my life, because my original Animal Crossing New Leaf town was home. It was my house, and even though it was named Anime Heart, it was named Anime Less Than 3, and I was embarrassed about that at the time. But now I'm not embarrassed by that anymore, and I wish I never deleted it, because I loved that town. And I really miss the New Leaf community. I feel like the community was so much more fun back then. Nintendo used emulators for the museum? What? Like for their own museum? I put too much time into New Leaf. My New Leaf save to attempt modding it. Only thing I would have done through mods would be to add Carmen. Yeah, when I started adding villagers, that's when my life started to go downhill. Because I started to feel like evil. Like I like cheating what my town looked like, I didn't feel that guilty about, but cheating what my villagers and like putting like, but they think they know me, but they don't know me. I was putting just like popular people in there, like Anka. But then I was like, I don't have any relationship with Anka. I just put her in here because she's pretty. I don't know. It just started to catch up with me. My rough lifestyle. I remember making millions in the stock market in New Leaf. I was never good at the stock market. I guess I got better at it in New Horizons. Well, New Horizons was really easy because of the online community. You could always find somebody like hosting. Like they would always post like that they had a good price, and they would just host the code. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the stream now because my voice is getting rough and I want to take a nap. Well, Key's already heading out to go get groceries, so I guess this is the perfect time for him. Thank you guys for coming to my stream, and the next book club will be on April 20th. We're gonna blaze it at the book club. And that was a joke, YouTube. If that's, I don't even know if that's against YouTube's rules or not, but that was a joke. I'll post that in the Discord too. Hi words. Bye words. Anyways, thank you guys for coming, and bye bye.